These are bullets all day long. They got the Knight of Pentacles, the stress. He shot himself. There's the
family attorney says the 23-year-old died from a gunshot wound to the head, and the manner of death was suicide.
I don't know what he used. I know it's a rope involved. I don't know what he used that rope for. Let me see. The secrets. He's taking the secrets with him. You see the secrets? He's not giving y'all the information. Says y'all don't need to know it. You know? He'll go out with them secrets with the high priest there. He might be found on a Wednesday too. Ace of Wands. So I have no doubt in my mind they're gonna find Brian Laundrie, October 2021. I'm telling you, he's still.
Hello, my loves. It's TTMG, the Tarot Medium Goddess here. Thank you so much for being here. Please do stop what you're doing and like this video. Go ahead and subscribe. Don't forget to tell me what you think about what happened in this case in the comments below. And do show your girl some love and share the video. I appreciate every single one of you. It's true. I love you, boo. Hey. How is everybody today? So thank you for joining me for another episode of the Tarot Medium Goddess Show. So I'm going to, in a quick sec, I'm going to click over to Benny Keys while he's live right now, and we'll watch it together for those who want to stay, or you can watch it on his channel. Either way. So I was going to play my shorter intro. However, I was working through some technical difficulties, so I decided to play the longer intro. So that's why you guys got that. And my internet has been shady right before I got on. So hopefully I don't drop you guys or, I don't lose you guys. Hey, Teresa, I have to get back to you and Andrea's email. I know you guys sent me an email. Give me till tomorrow this time. Give me 24 hours, okay, loves? I will get back to you. Well, let's see what Benny Keys is up to.
Automatically attached to NAP. So how long was the NAP? Was it 2 minutes?
He actually went live a while ago, but all you was hearing was the rain drop. Like, he went live and was not speaking really too much. But he just started speaking a little while ago, so I'm going to rewind it a little bit and see if we could get him at the start part. Let's see. The starting part.
Some are being missing. As changes of the same thing in just a few days. That's why I'll make the story here. That's why I'm staying so neutral. So, I'm just letting it play out.
I don't know if you guys heard that, but I believe it's Tim Mullins he's speaking to, which is, you guys correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, but I believe it's Tim Mullins, the Candace's media person or whatever, media manager, social media manager. And he's saying, he's trying to see if she's lying. He's going to let the stuff play out. That's what it sounds like. I could be wrong. Let's continue to listen.
She's just talking about some moment when she walked off Summer Bus to her day, and so if you take those little pieces, some emotional person you talked to last night, they go crazy trying to piece it together. So when you add the piece of the nap, you don't just put NAP into the timeline. You've got to put an amount of time that is also automatically attached to NAP. So how long was the NAP? Was it 2 minutes? Like Candace says, she went over and
It's the Sandman. sad, man.
Was only gone for 2 minutes. Or was it 45 minutes, 2 hours? Like, that stretches the timeline in a way where you're like, whoa. Wait a minute here. But let me step back.
See, Benny has been trying to find out answers to this case. Like I said, if y'all check out my read, I'll wind up putting it in the description box and as an end screenshot that Benny, he is trying to solve this case. Let's continue. But, of course, he's only bringing this stuff up since Candace has been leeching on to Ernie lately, right? But let's listen.
I asked her if she met Don anywhere after she left Hunter's house. Because she told Hunter she stopped at a Marathon gas station and a Dollar General. There's only one of each of those coming from Hunter's on her way back home around the mountain. My friend Penny has done a very but yeah, because if you take those little, she said from the beginning that she did, only for 2 minutes. Where the hell was there ever time, Tim, for Graham and Candace to take a nap inside of all of this? There was never time. Because they arrived, they started planting flowers, they fixed the race, yada, 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 and then she comes up missing. What Graham and Candace is saying now is that she awoke from a nap to Summer being missing. That changes about the same thing in just a few days. That's why I'll get the story here. That's why I'm staying so neutral. So I'm just letting it play out. So we make up that stuff, she's going through, we don't tell them. We're not even talking about that moment. We're not even talking about some moment when she walked off. Summer busted her knee, and but yeah, because if you take those little pieces, when somebody looks an emotional person you talk to that time, it's a crazy time to get together. So when you add the piece of the nap, you don't just put NAP into the timeline. You've got to put an amount of time that is also automatically attached to NAP. So how long was the NAP? Was it 2 minutes? Like Candace said she went over and she was only gone for 2 minutes? Or was it 45 minutes, 2 hours? Like, that stretches the timeline in a way where you're like, whoa. Wait a minute here. But let me step back. I asked her if she met Don anywhere after she left Hunter's house. Because she told Hunter she stopped at a Marathon gas station and a Dollar General. There's only...
Wait, pause it real quick. I'm sorry, guys. This is going to be real quick. To Andrea, no, I did not see the video of him that exposed his motives. There were 2 videos that I was watching, but he went live as I was trying to watch it. One was like an hour and a half or something. The other one was like, I don't know, 25 minutes. But then he went live, so I'm like, shoot. So I missed it. But I told you his motives the whole time was to really, and he basically gave people insight into his motives if you paid attention to him during his lives, but you had to read between the lines, right? You had to read in between them. So anyway, let's continue to watch. And I think he's tired of certain people or a lot of people questioning him now too. So that's another reason he's ready to release some information. Or let's see what he's saying.
One of each of those comes from hunters on her way back home around the mountain.
Oh yeah, that one I saw that, honey. Andrea.
Penny has
That
done
I heard.
a very, very, very extensive timeline of the time when she left Hunter and then came around that mountain to get back home, which included 2 stops. One at the Marathon, one at the Dollar General.
I wonder what he did.
She's
say
never
on
specified
I heard, but don't know the
where
details.
these 2 locations were at. But when they're on the back side of that mountain down there by fucking H's house, they're on the right side of the mountain
Echoing?
where Donnie was also
Hello,
working.
Justice for Kids.
So Donnie was within 15 or 20 minutes of Candace.
Wow,
When she was
hello,
leaving
beautiful.
Hunters to go back home. So I asked her, I mean, my friend Penny even broke the time down and the paths of least resistance and has even come up with a spot.
Yes, I heard
It's like,
that audio, love.
when you look at any other spot they could have met, it's way too public. This spot was very conveniently exact. I mean, it's a spot theoretically they could have met to make a transfer. She says, no, that.
What? Grams to 7? I didn't know that. Really. Thank you guys. Look at Graham's comment on the screen. It says over on Enchanted Life channel, he is begging for the Sandman and Candace to tell what they know, or he will have to. Guys, just like my reading, I'm gonna link the description, the information in the description box below. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it in the chat in a little bit. Thank you for that, Grams. Gotta check that out. BK is scary to me. I think he's crazy. Terry says he said the come to him FBI took his laptop and one phone. He said they come. Oh, to Benny's. He probably gave it to them. He probably caught them. I told you he's involved with them. He's connected.
To Summer being missing.
Yeah, she's just talking about some moment when she walked off. Summer busted her knee, you know, and but yeah, because if you take those little pieces,
But
I mean, this is the one emotional person you talked to last night. He'd go crazy trying to piece it together.
So when you add the piece of the nap, you don't just put NAP in, or was it 45 minutes, 2 hours? Like, that stretches the timeline in a way where you're like, whoa. Wait a minute. On her way back home around the mountain. My friend Penny has done a very, very, very extensive timeline of the time when she left Hunter and then came around that mountain to get back home.
Hello, Steve Wilson. Everyone say hello to Steve
One at the
Wilson.
Marathon, one at the Dollar General. She's never specified.
You better answer my message on WhatsApp, Steve.
These 2 locations were at. But when they're on the back side of that mountain down there by H's house, they're on the right side of the mountain where Donnie was also working. So Donnie
I understand, Jules. I understand, love. Thank you for stopping by.
Of Candace, when she was leaving Hunters to go back home.
I enjoy you stopping by for however long you guys can. I understand you can't always stay the whole time.
Even broke the time down and the paths of least resistance, and has even come up with a spot that is like, when you look at any other spot they could have met, it's way too public.
met to make a transfer. She says, no, that didn't happen. So you got to take that with a grain of salt. So then you move forward past being down there.
And regardless of how you feel about him, he's still a very intelligent person. You know, he's putting clues together on the side. We just got to see how this plays out. He's doing things we don't know that he's doing. Whether his intentions or whatever it is, as long as he helps Summer, is really all that really matters in the end. In my opinion, you're welcome to yours, and you're welcome to post yours.
There. And back up on the hill. You say, well, could Don have come and taken Summer from the hill without you knowing about it? And she said, anything's possible. And I said, okay, we're to the point where anything's possible. What would have had to have happened in order to make the transfer, Ken? Like, not the transfer, but something would have had to have boiled over. Like, Don wasn't just going to leave work early one day, sneak up to his own house, steal his own daughter, and then take her somewhere. Like, no. In the realm, in the arena of possibility, anything is possible. But for that to be just so organic, there would have had to have been, like, there's a catalyst. Exists.
Hey guys, I'm sorry, my laptop's acting up, so I came back on my phone.
Would be able to boil down through the people they know. And all of these people would have been like, I'm going to be honest with you, Jim, today, March 3rd, they did something to their own daughter, Frank. There's no way around it. Those folks, like, even if they didn't do it themselves, they know who did something, Tim. Like, we just can't ignore the fact. Like, let's go let me get back to it.
I'm telling you guys, he's showing y'all he knew all the time. He was doing stuff behind the scenes that a lot of people didn't realize. So pay close attention.
Hunter is the same. He is the guy that finds.
Isn't this something? I don't know what's up with my internet. It just went out. Shoot, guys, I might just restart it. Let me restart the laptop again. And I'll look at the comments as I do. This is wearing me out. This let me look. Let me see. So you know what? One of my sons, I just bought him I bought 3 of my children a laptop for Christmas, and I only think one of them has been using theirs, or maybe 2. But that third one I might snatch up and borrow real quick. But I'm not sure if it's my laptop or my internet or if it's StreamYard. So give me 1 second. Andrea says, I did too, but not familiar with how people act on meth. Okay. Terry says, hello, SW. Hello. Is he even still here? Are you still here, SW, Steve? Teresa says, hello. Andrea says, hello, SW. Graham says, hello, SW. Oh, you getting quite a bit of shout outs, SW. BK exhibits, Jewel says, BK exhibits many traits of smoking or shooting meth, in my opinion. I have experienced this firsthand with an ex. Okay, can you explain more in details what traits those are, what signs people can look for? You know, just curious. So hold on, I'm trying to get my laptop back in business here, guys. While I speak to you guys through my phone. We're getting closer. It's so much stuff that you have to do as a YouTube creator behind the scenes to get everything up and running. Like through StreamYard, through your email, you have to verify before I'm gonna have to give detailed information about that, guys. So when I pop back on, that's what's taking so long to get on. Hey guys, I'm here. I'm sorry about my technology. Like I said, I don't know if it's StreamYard, my laptop, what the heck, the Wi-Fi, but we're gonna get this fixed. All right. So we'll get it fixed soon. In the meantime, let's put this video back up on the screen. Or at least try to. Let me see if I could do it from my laptop. I mean my phone. Now it's buffering on my phone as well because it's buffering on my phone as well. So I don't know if it's Benny's live or mine. Give me 1 second, guys. This is real shady here. I'm probably gonna stop going live until I get this all sorted out. I'm sorry, guys. But anyway, let me get to the comments while that tries to load. Thank you so much, Justice for Kids, for your donation. I appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat. Much love to you. Do you hear the thunder?
God's not happy. No, he's not. Hello, Mallory. How are you, Mallory Young? He's back on. Yeah. Is it all right? Let me see. Let me exit out. And I was playing it, Mallory, but it's buffering. So I don't know if it's him or me. What the heck is going on? It's buffering, Mallory. It's buffering on my phone and it's buffering on my laptop. So I think I don't know. We're gonna have to figure this out together. All right. So Teresa says, Jules, I think so as well. Both my boys are addicted to it, and he definitely acts like it. He can't sit still, rubbing nose, attention deficit. Teresa, the rubbing nose part though. When I go live, sometimes I'm like, oh my God, people are gonna think I'm on drugs. So I'm constantly rubbing my nose because of my allergies, you know. All right, so Andrea says, I agree. He's acting scared now and wants off. All right, let me see. Hold on, guys. Yeah, because my phone's not playing him and my laptop's not playing him. And it's showing me I'm connected good. So I think that's... Let me exit out and get back in and see. All right. Let me see, guys. Try this again. What? It looks like, all right, that's because he ended it. All right, he ended the live. He deleted it and everything. What? He probably said it as only him. Oh, wait, nope, that's the wrong channel. He has more than one. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Two. All right, I'll read the comments as I try to bring it back up. Give me 1 second. Trying to pull it up. I've been having more technical difficulties than a little bit out of the blue. And I got to get this fixed somehow. Because it's starting to stress me. It's starting to stress me. Thank you guys for the ones who are staying and trying to watch this thing through.
Because I'm not the only one that knows.
All right. Here we go.
But man, we know, Tim, John doesn't turn into a complete...
So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start playing it from here. And then whatever we've missed or whatever, I'm gonna do another video to cover all of that. And I'm gonna just upload it after. I'm not even gonna go live. I'm gonna just upload it so we know we won't have any technical difficulties. In the meantime, we'll continue to play from here.
Liar when he drinks booze. He just talks too much. That's all. He didn't come up there on that YouTube and lie. I mean, so we know, okay, Starlink wasn't turned on. We know that part of the statement was true. So if he says I've got 7 alibis, you got to kind of hone in on probably that's somewhat truthful as well. It's a 2-hour window that Don is unaccounted for when he's supposed to be on the way back from work. Now, you have to remember that while Hunter was with Summer, Don calls. Remember? Don calls Candace and says that there's somebody on the hill trying to touch the boys. How could, and Hunter laid it right out. Like, he wasn't smart enough to think of it on his own. His team coached him along, but they're like, how could Don know what's happening on the hill if he's at work.
Yeah, congratulations, Jules. Very proud of you and your sons, Teresa.
He can't know what's going on. The only explanation for Don knowing what the hell is happening with those kids. So then Hunter goes on to say what? It was Andy, Andrew, Anthony. Well, we know it's Andy Bernard who lives over right across the street. But it's not Andy Bernard. Because Andy Bernard has been cleared of where he was at. His alibi.
Andrea, I need to. I'm about to.
He was on camera at work. So it wasn't Andy. But Hunter didn't talk to Don. That's what Candace said in the truck. He also said that Andy texted and said that it's done.
Thanks for the information, Jules.
Hunter said he read that. When she got out of the car, she grabbed her phone, got into it, looked at the pictures in the trash can, and saw a text from Andy.
Subscribers only, Sizzle.
Andy's name.
Subscribers only.
The first time he said Andy, Anthony, Andrew, something. So.
Thank you, Andrea. That's what I feel
the person
too.
Candace says is on the hill trying to touch the boys.
I will, love.
Jackie Dobbs was having issues with Jody Sue across the street with his own issue.
Great
Police
point,
went all
Teresa.
involved in it. I mean, that wasn't just a situation with the transponder. Like, you see what I'm putting together here? Like, there's 2 hours. Now, let me tell you this, Tim. Depending upon the agency, anywhere from 45 minutes to 90 minutes is an acceptable window to be unaccounted for. Because when you add together fluff time on all these different actions that transpire in the day, when you add an extra 5 here, an extra 5 here, it could end up accounting for.
Okay. What all of this is going to lead to is the problem. None of these things are the problem currently. If you cannot just be patient and listen, then this ain't for you. Okay? Can you be an adult? Why now?
Thank you,
Why now?
Grams.
Because something changed. That's why now. You thought I was going to sit here and do whatever you thought I was going to do forever.
No, nothing's changed. I don't believe anything's changed, right? He knew the truth. He was putting 2 and 2 together the entire time. He's just ready to expose it. Good job, Benny. Keep going.
This is about Summer Wells. This isn't about Don or Candace or fucking any of them. If you can't...
Thank you so much, Justice for Kids. I really appreciate it. And he's right. This is about Summer Wells. It's not about any of them. And I told y'all in my reading, I told y'all what's Benny Key's true intentions. And I told you he will turn on Candace in a heartbeat.
Be patient, be an adult, and remove yourself.
Window of time that you're desiring an explanation for, right? So,
if you don't want to see
Thank you,
the
Andrea.
stone wall, turn now. Because it's a bunch of people that's speeding right to it, about to crash out.
She legitimately was out of the loop.
Hey,
for almost
Jessica,
2
how are
hours.
you, love?
But he said
Nice to
he
see
drove
you.
almost 90 miles an hour. And how long did he say it took him to get home? It took 45 minutes. 60 miles, remember? And he made it in 45 minutes. But he was out of the loop for 2 hours. He made it almost 2 hours later. If you're driving 90 miles an hour, you're only 60 miles away. You're getting there even quicker than 45 minutes. So what did you do for the other hour and 15 minutes? to hour and 15 minutes. I mean, that's not even give or take. That's on the conservative side, I would say. So when you put the house at the Meadows as a reverse kind of design, like, okay, so in what time could Don get away from the Meadows house in X amount of time? Well, when you draw that circle, holy cow, he can almost get home. I mean, he can get home. He can go past his house. So, in relativity, to be...
I paused for 1 second. Sorry, guys. I want to address Andrea Wheatley's comment that says, oh, now he admits Summer's name. Yes. You know how he didn't want to use it the other day on the channel? I know it's to try to take the focus off to make Candace comfortable, but you know, a lot of people who still are wanting to know what happened to Summer definitely got offended with all right. But I can tell you guys that from day one, this is what he wanted, to get to the bottom of things, whether it's for money, whether it's not for money. I really don't care. Just go ahead, do what you got to do and find Summer, just in my opinion, though. So let's listen to what else he says.
Within to be in that 2-hour window, the farthest Don could go out is 1 hour away from his house. She was taken from the house. So
Andrew had described on that live.
What is that that's playing?
Of Don's last job, the last house at the Meadows. And then you're going to put an epicenter at his house.
And here's something else that's great is, so the day that they got there, he had stated he had met...
mileage based upon time for the first time. And they're going to overlap. And where they overlap is where I believe the data... I mean, because Don can only go... If he didn't go to work, Tim, he can only go an hour away from the house. Because it's an hour out, and it would take an hour back. That would cover the 2-hour window.
I'm done.
But you got to look at it two ways. Did Don go somewhere and maybe dig a hole? That would have took extra time. So he wouldn't have been able to go an hour out. Would have been able to go, 30 minutes out, spend 30 minutes preparing a grave, and then 30 minutes back. That keeps him in. And I hate that I'm talking this way, but let's just be real for a minute. So, go ahead. You've got to make sense of the 2-hour window. And I don't know how you do that because it's all concrete. Like things that I'm putting together for you right now are the reasons why Don and Candace have not been eliminated as a person of interest. You're trying to figure out, and especially for us as laymen, what in the hell is on Hunter's phone? They have not given that phone back. Why? He got a whole other replacement phone. It was his granddad's phone. I don't know every detail of this shit, Tim. It's a 2-hour window. And Candace created a scenario.
And I want to say he's been suspect. Oh, guys, I got to interrupt one more time. Because we know a little while ago he said to somebody that things changed. And that's why he's changing up how he speaks now. However, all the stuff that he's putting together, 2 and 2 equals 4, that stuff wasn't put together overnight. He's been doing this for a while now, right? Like, to be quite honest. All right, I'm going to continue to play. And in 1 second, I'm going to put in the description box my reading for what is Benny Key's true intentions with his connection to Candace Bly that you could watch later on.
Or someone created a scenario. They called Candace, said someone was trying to touch on the kids on the hill. It was either an Andy or an Andrew or an Anthony. But we know that's not true. Because Andy Bernard was at work on camera. So who is Candace and Hunter trying to put on the hill? Trying to put Andy Bernard on the hill. Andy Bernard was not on that hill. He was at his job. He was spotted on Beach Creek coming back that way. That's if you listen to Chris. So, and who was he spotted by? Frank Light. I mean, come on. You got a child pornographer saying he saw a fucking a drug mule. I mean, it's like you can't even because then Andy turns around and says, "Yeah, I saw Frank Light on the road." Okay, so you're both seeing each other, but you don't even get caught up in that because that part doesn't even matter once you know that Andy Bernard was seen on camera at work. So that completely eliminates the whole call. It makes it a non-call. So now you have to quantify, did Hunter lie about a call that came in from Don saying that there was someone trying to touch the kids on the hill? If so, why would he do that? Now, if he's doing that in a self-service fashion, well, then you might start to look at Hunter having looped back around and doing something. I don't see that. That kid, he can't even Facebook right, for fuck's sake, without getting in trouble by his mom. No way he could have done something to this little girl and, stayed out of the way. Right. So you're back to it. Like, who did Candace say called and said there was someone touching the kids on the hill? Dom.
Yeah, Jules. We all want her found.
I mean, you loop right back into it. So it's Don. Don's supposed to be at work. Don's driving 90 miles an hour on these country roads to get home, but it takes him 2 hours. It takes him 2 hours to get there. So what you start to look at is, did he make it there? But there's just no forensic proof. Did he make it there?
Kim, I believe that first, let me read what Kim said real quickly, guys, and we're gonna jump right back into the audio. But she said law enforcement paid him a visit, and now he's being investigated. The gang is over. The information we all been saying, Benny could be in big trouble if they really took his phone and computer. See what we hear him, and I hear you out, right? And I welcome your thought and your opinion. A lot of other people may have that opinion, but for me, it's like he was already doing this. He was already involved with this, right? And it was just all a setup. It was just all a setup, really. And he's probably coming out of his meeting with law enforcement, but he's probably the one who called law enforcement and said, "Hey, I got some information that I need to give you," right? But he's letting us know, unless you guys have any other information, please be sure to submit it in the chat and comment if you know something else. But how do we know he's not the one who called up law enforcement and said, "Hey, meet me at such and such place or come to my house. I got some stuff for you," right? But of course, he can't look like a rat or snitch because it's not going to work out for him in other cases, in future cases where the parent could be suspect, right? Nobody's going to want to work with somebody like that. So he has to be careful. Also, he doesn't want to look like the snitch. But I believe they were already connected even prior to this. He's not just doing this math. This math that he's calculating was already done. It was already done in advance. All right. But you could give me your thoughts on that, Kim.
I mean, he would have had to have, Tim. He drove so fucking fast in his account. Got there with enough time to take the child from the hill, put her somewhere, and then come in, strolling in. Like, this is your first time there.
Right, Kim. He did attack everyone who talked about this along with these details a long time ago. But I would say this was Benny Key's strategy to get close to Candace and Don. Thank you, Nani. Yes, love. Hello, beautiful.
Like, there isn't It's too much. The problem is when Don and Candace start talking about numbers, right?
Everybody, please hit the like button.
Yeah, like when you start talking about times and distances and miles per hour, I'm not a mathematician on the fly, but I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna put it together. And you can't, like, the numbers will never lie. The numbers could never lie. But they're all the time stretched the numbers way past the envelope, like way past. Right? So, come on, man. I mean, render me an opinion based on him saying at 3:30, Tim. At 3:30, what did he say he did? Ran outside, threw his tools in the car, right? And headed home. What do you mean you were headed home at 3:30 going 90 miles an hour? You would have been there by 4:30 at the very latest. That's all.
Times, we're not worried about the times. This is getting to a point.
Hour. You didn't even make your call until almost 6:30. That's 2 hours. So what that means is that essentially, if he's throwing his tools in the car at 3:30 to rush home, Tim, from 3:30 until 6:30, almost squeak a whole nother hour out of it. 3 hours, John is involved in the knowledge of what's going on, making a call, but still not home yet. After 3 hours. What do you mean? I'm sorry, maybe it was 4:30, something like that. Okay, even 4:30, so that takes away that extra hour and still puts it back at 2 hours.
Hi, Rose, beautiful. How are you today?
You can never, 2 hours is enough to take down the World Trade Center building. That happened in 60 minutes. Like, clearly, whoever, like,
True, Jules.
2 hours is too much time. But you see how you could almost burn 3 hours. Like, oh, maybe it was 4:30, I don't know. Okay, well, let's say we take that hour back. Make the 3 hours work. You could never make 3 hours work. So let's give them the hour back and let's make it 2 hours. You still cannot make an hour drive at 90 miles an hour take 2 hours. There's a lie in there somewhere. And why is there a lie? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I have to pause it real quick, guys, to touch on Justice for Kids' comment. Justice for Kids says that BK has no respect for women. He almost hit MGL at the Wells driveway. Guys, I remember hearing about it like the day after it happened or later that day. But it's loud. I'm not making an excuse. Please, guys, don't crucify me, right? But as loud as they were, oh my God, like I stated when it was going on, if somebody went out and like physically caused harm, it's because, I don't know, all that noise to me, it can cause some type of temporary insanity, right? It could cause anxiety, you know, and people not to, I don't know, that was just too much for me. Out in the woods, they weren't out even where a lot of people, it's just the neighbors there. It kind of gets you really anxious and riled up and worked up, you know. People do some really crazy things at that point. But then again, so if I'm wrong for bringing this up, then I'm wrong for bringing it up. But I'm just saying I don't know. Yeah, I thought that was way, way too much. But yeah, a man should never put his, you know, hands on a woman or try to hit her or anything like that. That's how I feel. So, but thanks for putting that out there.
I don't know why she might not want me to listen to you. Who's that, Candace? Yeah. And let me tell you what, Tim. Trying to separate him and anything, you know. I promise you, Tim, I learned how to tie my shoes when I was 3 years old. Like,
sorry guys for the interruption again. All right, but Kim says the game is up and he's being investigated now. All the things he is saying is all the things Chris McDonough and many other YouTubers have been saying since day one. Now his behind is being looked at. I feel he was on this page before. He just didn't open up to us about it because he was keeping it confidential and he was wearing a mask, right? He was wearing a fake mask. If you guys in the chat feel like Benny was wearing a fake mask and this was his intentions the entire time, put that in the chat, guys. Let me know, or comment. Let me know. Do you feel like this was Benny Key's true intentions, that he knew what was sorry guys, but that he knew what was up the entire time? He's just deciding to reveal certain things, maybe because of sooner than later, because he was going to come out with this anyway, right? I feel, but that he's doing it sooner also because Candace is connected to Ernie, and maybe he felt like it was the perfect timing. I believe he's kind of sold her out to law enforcement anyway, and what he knows, right? All right, if you think different, it's all good. Put it in the chat. This is not those other channels. I'm not going to delete that mess. You're entitled to your opinion. All right, so let's continue.
I'm looking at it. This is the way
all
I've been
the way
looking at it.
sassy. How are you, love?
There's no plausible way based on the numbers that we've all heard. And that's all I wanted to do last night.
Nani,
It wasn't even anything about
I got
yes
you
or
tomorrow.
no. I wanted her to tell me numbers last night. I want her to tell me numbers. Tell me the numbers again. Because if I ask you all the same questions you've already answered with numbers, those numbers should still be the same. If those numbers change, well, now I've got to compute why answer A back
Thanks for
then
chiming in with
same
that,
as
Kim.
answer A now. It's different. And then try to compute why what doesn't change, numbers, why it's changed. Should be no reason for any of these facts that ever change. Let me tell you what, when she was bitching about you and the phone last night, she said, and I have it on recording, she said, Kim took Donnie to jail. And then Donnie gave
I
Tim
wonder
his
why,
phone to bring back.
Classy.
So when we asked about the phone,
Jules.
The problem is here. The problem just got here.
acted like he had just found the phone. Yeah. So I'm like, well, why would
Okay, Kim, I see your point and your thought and why you would feel that with the comment that you just wrote. Everybody check out Kim's comment. It makes sense.
do that? Well, I don't know. And I mean, I think that I found it in the car is what I think, which I have found it in the car because that's where it has been. But no, like I said, I did not want to venture into any of the territory, but.
All right, last time, I know some of you guys are getting sick of me pressing pause, and this is going to be the last time I probably press pause for a while because you'll see the comments on the screen anyway, right? I go through them, and you could read it for yourself. So Jules and some of you guys brought up a good point that he is scared because law enforcement took his phone and laptop. Okay, we just gonna have to roll with the case and see if that's the case. But great point that you threw out there.
This is Dawn, and we had already done it once, and it wasn't working. So I had permission to do it because we'd already tried it, and I thought I've got to get it back up. He asked you to do it?
Oh, absolutely not, Kim. You need to check out my the link that's in the description box with my reading on him and what his intentions was, the energy I pulled. yeah, I think you need to. You probably need to listen to some of my Benny Keys videos.
We tried it at his house, so he already knew. Because she made her and Chris make it seem like Donnie was completely unaware or knowing, like you had a nefarious reason for downloading the stuff from the phone. Don would not have known that. Don would not have known I did it that day because Don wasn't thinking. But because we had already tried to do it at his house, I did her phone that day, but his phone kept stalling and wouldn't work, and so he never got his pictures and stuff downloaded. So I wanted to get his pictures and stuff downloaded, and then finally I just said I'll just do a complete download, back up the phone, goofy iPhone, whatever it is I had to put on my computer. And I did just a complete back down. And I set the phone down, and I'll tell you exactly what I was going to do. That phone would stay there if nobody ever asked. And the second that Donnie got out of jail, I'd have handed it to him. So here's your phone. Because that is his private phone. Right now, check this out. We're all on the same team. And this is what really,
we're on the same team.
This fucked Candace up when I said it. I said, why would you and Chris be upset that Tim downloaded the information off the phone if we're all on the same team and we just want Summer to be found? Why would that be a problem? And they couldn't explain that to me. I said, what are you, because it seems like what are you afraid of Tim seeing on the phone? Like, why is it a problem? It should be no problem. Like, the terminology is backed up the phone. Backed up. Download some previous. Backed up the phone. I had to try it in 2 or 3 different ways because I was trying to stick apps on in order to get it. All you got to do is download iTunes. Well, that's what I found out. Remember, I'm a Droid guy. I can stick my Android up there and just boom, I got it. And this thing was like stubborn, and it would give me 10 pictures and then freeze the phone. So I'd reboot the phone and get 5 more pictures, reboot the phone. And then I was getting frustrated, and I thought, my goodness, he probably wants his contacts, he probably wants his messages. I said, and then that's when I Google search and put iTunes on there and just did a full backup. And that was it, done. What could have been
Hello.
Are we worried that Candace might have done something with the phone?
Love you, girl. Love you.
You mean myself? Yeah. Just a second. Hang on just a second. Okay, I'm in the store with my parents helping me get stuff. Instinct. That it was, I didn't think it through far enough, except I finished what we started to do, whatever it was in his house. I wanted to have it. It's his phone. When he got out, I wanted him to have his stuff. That's his stuff. So I agree. There were too many fingers, too many people walking in and out of that house, stealing that phone from Candace. I mean, these were going probably through my head at 10 miles an hour. And he was like, this is his stuff, and I'm his friend. I'm going to back up his stuff for him, period. Yeah, that's the motive. Are you able to look at the data that's in the backup? I think it's just one gigantic file. I'm sure there's probably some way to hack into it. I'm not really interested. Well, so let me ask you a question. Why would we I told her I was going to give her the backup. I mean, hold on, I will give her the backup her computer, too. Do we feel like giving that backup to the TBI or the FBI is a necessity? I do believe at this point that she's got phones, she can do the same thing. I've got to stay out of the case. If I venture into the case, how big is that file? I don't know. Is it megs or is it gigs? No. Oops, sorry. Getting ice cream. I don't know. I didn't even look at the size. It just one thing was done, it was done, I went filing. I got his pictures, and his pictures I was able to get separate. I did, not all of them, some of them wouldn't work, but I got most of all his memory pictures. I mean, you see what I'm saying, right? Like, your team, some are just like me. Like, I understand that. I understand that, Tim. But the issue is
how many of you guys think that Candace is going to be on another one of his lives after this?
And you downloaded it and you've not turned it over, you're complicit. But no, it's on your computer. You don't know it's in the phone. I did not delete anything. I understand that. It's going for you. That's all I did. But so what I'm saying is that we know that they're using the forensics. So if they used his forensics before, trying to pinpoint what he did prior and during the time she was missing, they certainly would want to know what's on the phone afterwards. And I feel like there's a real due diligence. There's a real due diligence to make sure that they can access that information. Because you want to be able to at least say the answer's not in his phone or the answer is in his phone. But now we've got the business. If he wants to turn his phone into whoever, all I told him was, starting when if you see anything after he went to prison, that's me trying to get his phone back up for him. That's all. Anything, nothing's been changed, nothing's been deleted. There's possibly an app.
Oh, Elizabeth, I said I'm pretty sure after Candace hears this, she won't be on another one of his lives. So do you guys believe that Candace will be on another one of Benny Key's lives? Like, what do you think is going to happen between Candace and Benny after this?
I was trying to do that. I pulled off of the office. You search for an app to try to figure out how to get back up, stuff. And if that doesn't work, and I deleted that. But so, okay, nothing's been changed on that.
No, Kim, really trust and believe, and you're welcome to have your own opinion. That link that I dropped, and I'm gonna drop it again. Benny's True Intentions. I caught it in my reading. There you go. Like this, I'm sure this recording didn't happen after, and it could have. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I'm sure it didn't happen after FBI came and took the stuff. Took his laptop or whatever. I'm sure it didn't happen after that. And once again, he's probably the one who called law enforcement, right? It's more than you can see. And there's certain things he would also say on his lives where he was kind of giving y'all the heads up. You had to read between the lines. And he did it over and over and over again. So, and I'm not taking up for him in the way that you think that I am, Kim, because, him speaking negatively about other YouTubers, et cetera, he didn't have to go there, right? But he was still wearing a mask for Candace to be able to trust him, for Don Wells to be able to trust him. And he was doing whatever it takes. And his number one thing was getting to Summer and figuring out where is Summer, right? So that was his, and regardless of intentions, whether it was money or not, I really don't care. Finding Summer was the number one priority at the end of the day, so definitely check out, and I have it in the description box for people who watch the replay. And it's everything I said his intentions were, they are coming out right now. I'm going to continue to press play. He wore this fake mask, right? He's talking about other people, and he's making Candace feel comfortable. He's making Don Wells feel comfortable that they can trust him. What better way to do it? He's not showing you his hand. He's not showing you his move. He is showing it to you, but he's doing it strategically. He's done it strategically where you have to read between the lines, and he didn't just come out in the open and say it. So somebody like Candace would know. Because Candace, she can't read between the lines. Don Wells, well, he might be. He got a little bit more intelligence there, in my opinion. Okay? Anyway, we'll continue to roll the tape.
I believe it has. But so the issue is that you have a copy of that data, and she has a copy of the data. I've already urged her to turn it into the TBI, and she's going to drink a bottle of whiskey today. She's never going to give that another thought. So my point is that you have the only active copy that could ever potentially reach the hands of the investigators. If you don't turn that in, if they wanted it and they They don't know it exists. They don't know you have. They don't even know you have access to it. I mean, Chris was turning it in. Chris isn't turning it in. Does it? Chris.
Ooh, I agree with that. Teresa brought up a good point. Teresa Townsend said, "Wait a minute, though. Isn't BK who threatened No Thanks kids? That's not a mask." Yeah. No Thanks has spoken out about the threats, and I've shown it on my channel that he made them. I didn't know the threats in detail because I don't know that I watched any video straight through, right? I think a viewer had told me that he threatened the kids. Now, certain things, that's out of motherfucking line. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why I said I'm on y'all side. What Kim is saying, I'm on your side. I'm just showing you a different side to, in regards to solely the Summer Wells case. The other stuff that he did on the side to other youth, no, I don't like that. I'm not down for that. That's wrong. Totally against it. So I'm definitely not taking up for his ways like that. And hopefully Kim did not leave here thinking that, heck nah, I'm not on his side with none of that. That's wrong. I mean, that's the reason to go 6 feet under somebody's kids. You don't talk about somebody's kids nor threaten somebody's kids. So I see why No Thanks came at him in the way that he did. So anyway, let's continue.
Within a week, and this was 2 months ago, we had a long chat about Boogie, Jody Sue, and Andy.
Okay, let me pause this one last time. I want to say this. So anything that I said positive about him doing what he needs to do to find Summer Wells, I'm not trying to take away from the things that you guys are calling out that he's done in an extreme negative light, going overboard, well more than overboard. You don't call nobody because somebody will catch a flight on your behind, right? And take care of you. So guys, I am not aligned with that. I'm not taking up for that in no way, shape, or form. I'm totally against it. Because I probably would be standing out there helping whoever beat his behind for talking about somebody's kids. You do not do that. Absolutely not. You do not threaten anyone's kids. I'm totally against that, guys. All right. So don't misunderstand me.
And I said, you gotta get Jody Sue.
That is. Mm-hmm.
Act like he had just found the phone.
And if Kim, I don't know if Kim is still here, but if she left because she thought I was saying that's okay, shoot, I will leave too. No. Don't get it twisted. I am in no way, shape, or form agreeing with that. Ever. Never. Jules is right. That is a freaking way. That is like the quickest way to die. Absolutely.
So, when he got out, I wanted him to have it. Trying to pinpoint what he did prior to trying to get his dog back up for him. That's all. Is that you have a copy of that data, and she has a copy of the data. I've already urged her to turn it into the TBI, and she's going to drink a bottle of whiskey today. She's never going to give that another thought. So my point is that you have the only active copy that could ever potentially reach the hands of the investigators. If they don't turn that in, I mean, if they wanted it and they specifically said they don't know it exists. They don't know you have. They don't even know you have access to it. I mean, Chris was turning it in. Chris isn't turning it in, does it? Chris told me that within a week, and this was 2 months ago, we had a long chat about Boogie, Jody Sue, and Andy. And I said, you got to get Jody Sue and Boogie and get them polygraphed. Now, Jody Sue isn't probably going to be a candidate for the polygraph by virtue of her chemical situations. But the son is. He's 19. Oh, I promise you within the week, we're going to have them questioned and polygraphed. Man, that man ain't turning in none of this shit, Tim. I am sure of it. I don't know what's going on with Chris and Trudy, but it can't be all of these complications with Trudy and these things that they're doing on WJHL and all these things they're stretching the truth about finding remains. Like, man, there is no integrity in any of that shit they're doing. Let me tell you what, at nighttime, Trudy gets together with Candace and Shannon and a pile of shit to Prayer Garden or whoever is bashing the wells that night. That's not her job. In fact, I don't even like the idea that I know she's doing it because it's completely unethical for her to sit down in a WJHL segment and call herself a private investigator. That is no longer private, right? Like, you walk into the store and I'm like, hey, Chris, you're the private investigator that tried to give up your services for free on Evelyn Boswell case last year. It's not private anymore. It's clout. They're chasing clout. That's it. If they were chasing money, they wouldn't be here anymore. You can't tell me, huh? Haven't they already taken his phone, got everything off of it, and this is just the after, the after. Maybe they did. But then again, maybe they didn't, and the answer's in there, we're just holding on to it. Well, you're the professional, brother. Listen, Tim, there's no way they could know that you have that data. There is no way they could know that you backed that phone up. But you have. All they would have to do is call her and say, oh, we want that phone to look at. I mean, if they want the phone, she's got the phone. It's a phone. But that's being uncooperative. Being cooperative, I'm not being asked. But that's the thing, though. In this situation, even if we're not asked, doesn't mean that we can open information. You have to automatically, I'm not going to tell you what you should do, but I would automatically be in a huge rush to get that data from Don's phone to the police. For what reason? Well, the main reason is because if he had something to do with the disappearance, we could know. Second reason is because if we're friends with him, our mission is to get him cleared. And if that information can clear him, why are we not in a rush to give it to him? Like, I ain't really thought of this stuff, but do you see what I'm saying? He tucked away. They got him where he wants it. Right now, we're letting them play out their part. You gotta let them play their part. All these things, you gotta let them play it out. I still have hope that it's a time-sensitive situation. I still have hope that, let's say, for instance, if the data from that phone is the thing that can find out where this girl is, and if she's alive, she doesn't have to spend another minute living in the hell that God chose for her to live in. I mean, we can see the hell they forced her to live in on that hill. It was hell. So I can't imagine that he would.
See, guys, he just said too, you see the hell that they forced her to live in. So he's talking about his quote unquote friend Candace and his quote unquote friend Don, right? So he saw the light. Trust and believe he saw the light. I do not support all the other stuff he's done with YouTubers out there or whatever. It was wrong, and that mask was too friggin' heavy, right? Somebody was ready. No thanks was ready to come kick it off his face. He was gonna kick off his head with it, but he saw the light. Trust me, he was not blind.
Usher his child off to somewhere better than his own care, which his own care was shit. So,
which means Candace care was.
I still have hope that the girl is alive. I have to, because at this point, like, for what? It's because I chose this little girl over my own family, and now I can't let it go. And I keep trying to find any reason to let it go, and then I encounter them, but I still can't let it go. Like, I can't get her to think she needs to take that phone in. While at the same time, I would lay off that. I really would now. I mean, I just need to lay off the whole thing. If you hand me a new car, I just need to lay off the whole thing because people have information that they're not in a rush to take to the police. I can't be involved in that no more. No, that's what I said. Now my place is hers. That's what we gotta let it play out. We just gotta let it get. You told her, so now I'm telling you.
Tim Mullen saying we gotta let it play out. They both ready to turn her in. All right.
I'm telling you too.
They got the red flags too, guys.
And we find out that you got the data that had the answer in your computer. And we just chose to never turn it in because that's not our corner. I don't think that. How do you know? How do you know? You can't know that unless you went through. But you can't know that that's not a concern unless you went through the phone already. So if you went through the phone already, just say you went through the phone and there's nothing there. That would be an acceptable answer for me to stop asking why we're not trying to rush this shit to the police. I know it's hard for you to believe. I saw people sharing all this going on here. That's that sharing stuff. The phone had messages that came in. I didn't open them. I just basically want to get his pictures for him. He turned out to be a huge frustration because his phone just wouldn't. Yeah, you know what? I completely agree. Just removing the photos. You could have just created a Google Drive for him that you had access to and downloaded everything from the phone. Believe it or not, I have not done that. What I'm saying though, I understand, but when you backed up the phone, yeah, you exposed yourself to possibly holding the key. If it was just pictures and videos, that's one thing. There's not ever going to be, you would think, an answer to the case in the pictures and videos unless he took pictures and videos of what he could have potentially done. But you did, in fact, you grabbed other media or other, you grabbed other stuff, you grabbed other information. So I would, as a friend, say there's no good way in good conscience that you couldn't turn that into the police if we're all about Summer, because she's not going to turn it into the police. And you have to ask yourself why. No. Okay. Why? You're not talking. So hang with me. If two people don't want to turn this into the police, I just want to, I understand. I have a very limited understanding at this point of why you want. Because you tried to stay out of the case, but you intercepted the backup and put you in it. And so now I would just say, you are a very decent man. And I would ask you to think about this very extensively because if the key is in the data you've backed up in the phone, I have to let you know you are complicit in it in terms of forensically moving that data to your computer. You don't know if he has child porn in that phone. You know nothing about what he's visited on that phone, but you have all that traffic now in your computer. And as I understand it, you haven't went through any of it. So you could have 87,000 links to pornography in your computer right now that you can't see, but are there in the metadata. If they come through your computer, you've got those links in your architecture now. You can't get rid of them. It's in there. You know that. You can delete that file, the Apple file, whatever the Apple file is. Huh? I said it would be in that Apple file, whatever they do when they do a backup. Yeah, but guess what? The pictures that Donald Shirley Jr. got caught with, they came from someone else's camera too, or in someone else's computer. That's how they get past, you know? access from the jail, but it's not going to work. Because you're in physical possession of whatever's on. You've now taken that man's trust and you put it in your life in a way. But even then, if you're harboring data from his phone that you haven't willingly turned over, that's good. That could be a problem for you. I mean, just being honest with you, you don't know. You have no idea to know what you like. So this is the deal. If I back up your phone and you got child porn in your phone or links to it, and they become hip to the fact that I got your data on my computer, they're going to come over and find the same thing in my computer as in his phone. And it doesn't matter how it got there. You willingly uploaded it to your computer. That's intent. All you got to do is reach intent. And next thing you know, you're going for a preliminary examination to find out if they've got enough evidence to move forward with a trial. And forensic evidence, you know, in all of this, like, I want to tell you, you're kind of in between a rock and a hard place, potentially. I don't want to say my friend Don has these things on his phone, but I'll tell you what, my friend Don elbows his old lady in the face, and he, diddles his sister when they're young. Like, we've talked about his sexual deviance. We've talked about the potential of him sneaking away, smoking crack, and yeah. I mean, I love you, brother, and I'm not trying to talk weakness to friendship. That's clear. That's it. Weakness to friendship. And because I love you like I do, I gotta be stiff about it. Like, that dude is a sexual deviant. Let me tell you what, he doesn't just drive to Knoxville and try to find crack. And he's got crack dealers all in his phone. What does he do when he's out there? All kinds of sexual deviism. So if he doesn't have a hooker with him, what is he doing? Smoking crack, looking at pornography from his phone. So all of that stuff is in that phone, and it's on your computer right now. You know Don is involved in the underworld with the drugs and the people that go with the drugs. I mean, all of that is in your computer now. So I would say that in order to clear yourself, you would have to go there and just say, man, look, this is the situation. Because I'm going to tell you what, she don't want to take the phone up there. And I don't know why she wouldn't. Especially when 2 days ago, the sheriff just got through saying they're being uncooperative. So if she knows her husband didn't have anything to do with it, that's what you do. You just rush up there like, Sheriff Lawson, here's Donnie's phone. Please, I'm trying to be cooperative. Run through it, please. And you would go, you would load up every single device you have trying to be cooperative. You wouldn't just call the dudes and say, come over here and video me saying, I'm being cooperative. Well, guess what? Candace didn't even go on the fucking thing. So she was being uncooperative, even with the media. She created a scenario. Like, how silly is that? I don't know. Like, I want it to be one way. But unfortunately, with the way that I have researched this thing, Tim, it can't be. What we're looking at is a scenario, unfortunately. Now, let me check this out. John says they're abducted. Is no, fat chant. There is no proof of an abduction, and there's no signs of foul play. What does he say? It's a very real possibility she wandered away from her home and became lost in the mountainous terrain surrounding her home. That's verbatim. I got that down. How could Don and Candace be called not cooperative when the sheriff thinks she wandered away? After 8.5 months of her wandering away, how can he fix his mouth to say they're uncooperative? There should be no changes. I mean, you saying, I don't even know how to, it's just the craziest logic. You know, it's like saying, the dog ran away, but I took him in the truck and drove him around the corner to do it. That doesn't even make sense. How are they being uncooperative in a case that you've already said they don't know anything about it? Dr. Phil said, they don't know anything about it. Behavioral panel, they don't know anything about it. Ronnie Lawson just said they know something about it and they're not being cooperative. What that means is that theoretically, they've been asked a question or some questions and they've refused to answer them. At the very least, right? Evoking your Fifth Amendment right to be silent, right, also equates to being uncooperative. So, I ask, what is there to be uncooperative of if the running game is that she wandered away? You don't have any information about, like, what information could you even give that would be uncooperative if you don't know where she went? That's Ronnie Lawson telling on himself, trying to be tricky on the fucking thing. Because what he just said is they know.
Let me see some of these comments. I'm sorry, guys. I was multitasking. Question by Jules. How many people do you think were directly and after the fact involved? A total of people asking chat mods, whoever. Oh, good question. How many people do you guys think were involved in the disappearance of Summer Wells? If you had to take a guess, we know, no one knows for sure, but that was a good question. What did you say about buying a computer? What did Tim say about buying a computer? I missed that on my multitasking. If anybody knows, please type it in the chat. Guys, I'm laying down. Sorry about my voice right now. Elizabeth says, my guess is about 9 or 10 or possibly more. Wow, that would be a heck of a lot. Woo. Justice says, that pic makes me so mad. Poor baby. The person who took the pic sick in the head. Guys, and to think about this picture of Summer Wells, right? A lot of people want to know if it was an accident or whatever. Think about it. Summer Wells, CPS was coming to the house within 2 or 3 days. And look how Summer Wells was looking. If they brought her to the hospital, can you imagine the things they would have found out that possibly could have been ailing her and the DNA that it would have been linked to her dad? I'm sorry, in my reading, I just saw certain things that was extremely graphic, right? So knowing that they're going to spend the rest of their life behind a prison now, all of a sudden she went missing, right? Do you really think it was an accident? I mean, we have to go off of things that are concrete, yes, and we have to have that proof, yes. But I'm just saying, look at the photo. Something is definitely going on here. I'm just going to do about maybe 5 comments, and then I'll go back to playing the audio. Denise says, give yourself a chance to do the right thing, Benny. Let Ernie help you. Yep. Yep. Looks starved, among other things. Yep. Yep. Exactly. Justice for kids. All right, let's continue to play.
But they won't tell us. They're not being cooperative. Whoa, where'd that come from? Because 7-8 months ago, you said it's the very blah, 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 blah. About this, around her house. That's like telling me I know where my dog ran away to. Well, if I do.
Pause it for 2 seconds just to ask. There's 42 people in the live right now. Will you guys all please press the like button? I've been working to get myself out of partial shadow ban, which YouTube did say verified through support chat that I am in. So those likes do help by every single one of you guys. Thank you so much. Because only a portion of people who see it versus everybody who could possibly see it. And once you press that like button, it goes far in supporting the channel. All right. You might not be able to cash at me. You might not be able to PayPal me. Understood. Much love for you just because you're here, period. But please press that like. That one thing I asked.
Why would I be asking for your help? And if I do, if you continue to ask me the same questions you've been asking me, I'm going to tell you the same answers again. I don't know. Them 3 words don't change in 8 months, 8.5 months. I don't know. Now all of a sudden they're doing 2 searches back to back. They did. I was told they did a little extra searching on a 3rd morning.
Benny has clearly been adding all this stuff up in his head the whole time, right?
And we got in saying that they're not being cooperative. That's a complete change. He just honed in on them as suspects. That's what he did. He didn't say everyone's not being cooperative. He says the parents aren't being cooperative. Guess what? He just cleared Jody Sue, Andy Bernard, Jackie Dobbs, Frank Light. He just cleared everyone and put his scope directly on the parents. That's it.
Do you guys feel that's true what he said? That when Lawson said that they're not cooperating, that it was kind of mentally clearing everybody else from being a suspect? Andrew, Jody Sue, Jose, etc. Do you believe that or no?
I mean, it's a play on words, but it's just logic and critical thinking. When you look at it, like, okay, that's what he said. And these people are using the media to pass messages to each other instead of talking. Candace goes on the air the next day. He's on the air before, on the air the day after. Like, man,
thank you, love.
Who's not doing
Thank
what?
you, Elizabeth. I appreciate that.
I guarantee you it ain't gonna be the bullies. It's gonna be Candace and Don. He's turned on them. I'm telling you. And I told you from the very day.
Guys, so Simply Sarah says, I've seen many photos of Summer, and this is by far the worst I've seen. And it's not coincidentally, but this one was supposed to be the last photo taken of her before she went missing. I know we see a lot of ones with the milk jugs, but I believe they said this is the last one. And CPS was on their way. Guys, go figure, you know?
And I was up there, and then police came and interacted with them about the trespassing while I was there in Macklin, the little short one, the bald head. Lieutenant Macklin, I'm here. Okay. Lieutenant Macklin, he was treating them like shit. As soon as he got out the truck, he was treating Graham and Candace real bad, and immediately I was like, he knows they did, he just can't prove it. Can't prove it though. There's no reason why he was supposed to come up there and treat Graham and Candace like shit. He's up there, oh, I'm so sorry. We're still trying to find baby Summer, and I'm so sorry these people are here bothering you, man. And he got out the car and was like, yeah, no, we're not doing none of that. Treated him like shit. And I told you, I wanted to know if Macklin was just a dickhead. So when he looked at me at a point, I nodded. He walked over to me with me towards the telephone pole in the shed, and he was like, hey, look, like Macklin's a very decent man. He just doesn't treat Candace and Grandma Candace good. Because, in my opinion, he knows he just can't prove it yet. I mean, can you imagine Madeline McCann's parents calling and saying there's people trespassing? They would come over and say, oh, McCann's, I'm so sorry. What can I do to service you? They didn't want shit to do with the wells. They don't want shit to do with the wells. They aren't treating out Cliff Eddy. He came up on that hill, and he was a very, very decent man. But what he did is he just came in as the good cop. Got Macklin as the bad cop, and Eddy is as the good cop. So, I don't know, right? But if you look at it the way I'll just explain it to you, there is no reason in a wandering away case that a sheriff could ever come back and say they're not being cooperative. You can't be uncooperative in something you don't know about unless you actually know about it. So, everything we discussed, and the job you couldn't control. They were like, it is no. Macklin, he was treating her like shit. As soon as he got out the truck, he was treating Graham and Candace real bad, and immediately I was like, he knows they did it, he just can't prove it. He can't prove it yet. There's no reason why he was supposed to come up there and treat Graham and Candace like shit. He come up there, oh, I'm so sorry. We're still trying to find baby Summer, and I'm so sorry these people are here bothering you, man. But he got out the car and was like, yeah, no, we're not doing none of that. Treated her like shit. And I told you, I wanted to know if Macklin was just a dickhead. So when he looked at me at a point, I nodded. He walked over to me with me towards the telephone pole in the shed, and he was like, hey, what's up? Like, Macklin's a very decent man. He just doesn't treat Candace and Grandma Candace good. Because, in my opinion, he knows they did it. He just can't prove it yet. I mean, can you imagine Madeline McCann's parents calling and saying there's people trespassing? They would come over and say, oh, McCann's, I'm so sorry. What can I do to service you? Man, they didn't want shit to do with the wells. They don't want shit to do with the wells. They aren't treating out. Cliff Evans, he came up on that hill. And he was a very, very decent man, but what he did is he just came in as the good cop. You got Macklin as the bad cop, and Evans as the good cop. So, I don't know, right? Like, but if you look at it the way I've just explained it to you, there is no reason in a wandering away case that a sheriff could ever come back and say they're not being cooperative. You can't be uncooperative in something you don't know about unless you actually know about it. So how can they pass a polygraph but now not be cooperative? Did they actually pass the polygraph? I don't know. I'll tell you this. Hawkins County, they have no way of knowing if they passed the polygraph. They were just told by the TBI. TBI gave that test. They just relayed the results to Lawson. So then Lawson, you never heard TBI say, oh, yeah, they passed polygraph. You heard Dr. Phil first, and then you heard Ronnie Lawson the next night back it up and say the same thing. You not heard nothing. All right? Anything you've heard from Ronnie Lawson that is stuck out as a keynote phrase is they are not cooperating and they've lawyered up. How can you say they lawyered up if they didn't lawyer up? That's because they have, Tim. They had to have.
Benny is just talking and talking and talking. It's like he's wearing Tim out. I don't know if Tim is on the phone, half asleep, or what. He's like, how can this man talk so much? He just keeps going on. I think Tim wants to take a nap, but we're going to continue to listen. Thank you all for being here. Please do press that like button.
I've caught her in so many strange conversations since I've heard that. There's questions I asked her where she now says, I can't talk about that. All the time, Tim. Yeah, I mean, it's been that way with me for a long time. That's why. But not me. That woman will tell me what color her poop is today. All of a sudden now, she don't want to talk about none of this stuff. Last night.
So y'all, I think that's something that happened is he would question her, even though, you know, during the lives and stuff, he's saying whatever he has to say to try to keep. He knows that she was not liking to be questioned. She was not liking getting questioned. And he said she stopped answering a lot of his questions. And Tim Mullen said she did the same for him. So if she's not guilty and she really wants, you know, some type of closure, if she really doesn't know what happened to Summer, right? If she really wants to find her daughter, then why is she not answering questions, right? And right at this point where we are now, where we're at now, I could care less about her answering on live, even though, it's important to us. But if she's supposed to have that connection with Benny Keys and she stopped answering for Benny Keys, that's saying a whole lot, because he's trying to trick her or do whatever he needs to do to get her to cooperate and, answer some information behind the scenes when the cameras are off, when everything is off. And Candace, she's not playing that game anymore, because she's not about to sit up there and lie. She doesn't want to. She's just like, I'm not going to get myself into any more trouble with this. And she's not answering any questions for Tim either. Guys, those are more red flags than a little bit. He's to the point where he's up here ready. He's airing everything now at this point, right? Because it's like, dang, I can't get any more information from her. I wish he really would have went to her house like he promised her and put up some drywall and had some conversation, maybe sat down and had something to eat with her, whatever he had to do to sweeten her up to get closer to figuring out where Summer was. That's what I would have loved him to do. But anyway, now we're at this point where we know that after this, I'm pretty sure Candace isn't going to be sitting down on any more of his lives. If anything, she'll be on Ernie's. So let's continue to listen.
I had to use.
Share your thoughts in the comments, please. Also, let me know what part of the country you're in, or if you're overseas, where you're at. I'm over here in Pennsylvania, from New Jersey. Thanks for chiming in.
Psychology on her to get her to talk to me. I had to do a push and pull. I was like, listen, I can't do this anymore. You got weird stuff going on with Chris and Trudy, yada, yada, yada. I'm taking a step back. And she's like, fine.
Benny is really, really dominating this conversation, boy. Go ahead.
Fuck me, those motherfuckers. And we went through it. And then she started calling and calling and calling. So then I called her back. Then she would text me, why are you calling me, bro? And I would be like, what, Candace, you're playing a fucking game, I'm done. So, I don't know, sometime later, me back, and she is just soaked. She's loaded. And I saw it as an opportunity, and we went through it.
See, he saw it as an opportunity.
And I'm telling you what,
just like my reader
he's got
said,
a good feeling he's going to turn on it. And that's why Donald's been put on the island. That was the other thing that happened in that news regarding the video of WJHL with Graham Candace. They put Don on the island, and I asked her about it in just that terminology, that same vernacular, verbatim. And she said, and I quote, Donnie's on the island. Now you got Candace Senior saying she can't answer for Candace, and then you got Candace saying she can't answer for her mom, and then you got them saying they can't answer for Don. They've been answering for each other this whole time. Now all of a sudden they do a couple searches, and she can't talk no more. Well, doesn't want to willingly talk. Right? I've been using a quote-unquote friendship as leverage to get her to talk to me, because I start seeing these things that are poking up now that I've brought to your attention.
Y'all heard that he's been using their friendship to get Candace to talk to him. So, like I said, from day one, it's been a setup. After this live, or if you're watching the replay, check in the description box where I have my link to my live reading. What is Benny Keys' true intentions towards his connection with Candace Bly? And basically, it's everything he's calling out here. Once again, another accurate reading.
And there are the sort of things that pop up in cases where the parents are involved. But you just can't make no sense out of any of this. It just isn't, right? Like, this is the deal. I've been saying for a long time now. People would reach out to him and say, and I quote, I've been contacted by the police recently. They've pinged my phone and come over to talk to me. They say I was somewhere around the general vicinity. I don't know what the whole radius would be. Maybe inside of 20 miles over. 2.5 months. I've got to be certain. They pinged every damn phone that was ever in that area. Like, they have technology that is so simple now. Like, they pull up the area and start scrolling.
Danielle, I'm sorry. This is as best as the audio that I could get. But you can watch it on Benny's channel too. I don't know if you would be able to hear it any clearer, but he's speaking to Tim Mullins, the media manager, Candace and Don's media manager. It's an audio of Benny raising all the red flags that he's seeing in this case, right? And he's at a point where he's like, yo, we have to talk to the law enforcement about this, et cetera, et cetera.
The times they just see all
it's
these
a lot
dots
that
and
you
click on
missed,
them. Okay, this person was here, like nothing. So you have to quantify it. Like, how could it be nothing? Well, maybe somebody. Hello?
They didn't find her that I know of yet. I do believe they found evidence. I'm saying this intuitively.
Hello? Okay. I'm sorry. So you're like, how could all this pinging of these phones, right? Don was saying that people had contacted him and said the police had contacted them, and then came and seen him and said they pinged his phone.
He was hoping to get less of her, though.
In 8.5 months, man, I pinged everything in huge radiuses around that house. And talked to
Shout out to Quebec, Canada.
Right? So what does that lead you to believe? It leads you to believe that potentially somebody was
Chelsea, Alabama.
Had a situational awareness to not take a phone with them when they did what they did. So that you're not going to be able to line the physical flesh with where the phone is. Now in America,
thank you, classy.
We automatically assume that the body is wherever the phone is. Not the other way around. Not that the phone is where the body is, it's the body is where the phone is. So if you don't take the phone, in this day and age, you're scot-free. If you're not on a camera, you're not on a phone forensics, and the third one, you don't come on yourself. You get away with everything.
Danielle said, who's he talking to? Because this dude's lips haven't stopped moving. Yup. Benny's going on and on and on. And Tim, oh my God, I feel so sorry for him. But anyway, let's continue to listen.
Crime known to man. And just those 3 components.
Yep, just smoking, yeah.
Because once they got you on a camera or in a ping, you can say forever until you get out of prison that it wasn't you. It's you. Right? Like,
yeah, Elizabeth, this is the live that he's on. It's about 10 minutes.
But when you leave the phone somewhere else, you go do your thing. Now, he had the emergence of a 2-phone scenario by Candace. She even went so far as to say that she did what with her phone? Do it in the back of Donnie's truck. Why would she throw her phone in the back of Donnie's truck? So when they took the phones from them, it would have looked like Candace got in a vehicle. It's gone. They're able to decipher who drives what by looking at the stuff. So to decipher that potentially her phone was in a vehicle where his phone was at. Or do you remember when Candace went to the police station and they told her, hey, we know you left that hill 2 times. She swears up and down she didn't. But the police know different. They told her, we saw you leave the hill twice by your phone.
Wow.
And she was pissed the fuck off about it.
Bombshell.
So that's already inconsistent in itself. Right? We know.
Justin, I've been very good to you. You need to turn it off. or I'm going to strike you, you have to wait 48 hours.
Like she doesn't even refute it now. It's just part of the story she can't explain, and everybody pitches their softballs and they let her make it. They don't pin her down about where did you go? Because if you didn't meet Don after you dropped off Hunter on your way back around the mountain, then you left the house the second time like they said you did, and when you left the second time, the child had to have been with you. Had to have been. Because if the child wasn't with you when you left the second time, then that means you left the child at the house. And then could mean that could have been the window somebody came there and took her when they knew she wasn't there, or when she could have told someone, I'm leaving now. And yeah, these people, they're involved, man. Like, I've been trying to get them out of it. And I will never go online and say this stuff. Like, I'm just going to ride it out. And when they get to the end and they figure out Don and Candace did it, or had a hand in it, then the stupid internet gets to say, oh, look at Benny, you were wrong.
Benny, for the record, we already knew. But all right, continue.
I wasn't wrong. Even if I knew they did something, which I don't, but even if I knew that going into it, it doesn't mean that I would do anything different than I do now, which is, I mean, they're out of jail. So the law thinks today they're innocent. If they go to jail tomorrow, then, you know, I change with the police. Right? So, man, this is, it's bad. Now, there is a saving grace.
Hey, Dixie,
there's a saving grace. Like,
I met you earlier. I said, what did I get to do? It was to text you. Let me know how heavy
is actually suffering.
How are you?
And it looks like he's suffering guilt. Now, we know you can mistake grief, and it can look like guilt, or guilt can look like grief, or fear can look like excitement. We can, you know, they're hard to identify, right? So a whole bunch of this stuff, like, you got to try to find any other missing case where the people were drinking and drugging like this after their kid left. She's supposed to be in rehab right now to get those kids back. She's telling me she's in rehab at her house.
No,
that's not the truth.
I'm telling you guys, I told you guys from day one. Regardless, first of all, I do not like what he's done to other YouTubers and how he's caused hate and what he said about their kids. I do not know what would cause somebody to do that, right? But at the same time, I told you guys, it's in the description box below, my reading on his intentions with Candace Bly. He knew all the time, and it was just a setup. It was just a setup, and he did what he had to do. But once again, that has nothing to do with how he treated other YouTubers. That's what, you know, pissed a lot of people off. But anyway, trust me, he was on it.
And she can't tell me the truth anymore to save summer. Because she can't. There's no reason for me to catch her in 20 lies a day. I've been telling you for a long time how she lies to me. And at what point do we say, listen, she's lying because she's involved? I mean, I haven't lied to nobody during this whole thing. I don't have a reason to lie. They have reasons to lie. And I don't anymore just chalk it up to it's their pathology. Like they just lie about silly stuff just to lie. Well, that might be so if their kids weren't wrong. But now you have this crazy responsibility to be completely transparent and truthful if you decide to come to YouTube. You made these people come to YouTube. They chose this route. They came here and they filled the YouTube full of a bunch of lies. That's what they did. But
Charlie, you can't understand.
Just let them play. I mean, they have to play. That's why I said 360 degrees. It's kind of like a
Now, we finally got back to where in the dream world would have been on June 22. We're back to that spot. Right. And it's kind of like, when that spot was there then, I didn't exist. And when that spot's there now, in many ways, I don't exist.
True,
Except, the son did, contact me and saying, got any comments or statements about what they're saying? If I sent them the link that I put on the media, somebody texted that like they were somebody who knows who they are. Do you have a comment on this?
All right, so Sally says that Benny just wants the reward money since he has no job. Maybe, we just want Summer by any means possible. But yeah, I hear you, Sally.
Right, with the fakes that are out there. So it was very generic. I said, don't get in the case. Here's the situation. I said, I'm like everyone else. I said, maybe the sheriff will expound on the meaning of the words that he used, and we'll all have a better understanding.
Yes, guys, please do like the live.
Staying right at that spot. But it's the 360 is okay. Now it's their show. It's their, whatever you want to call it. I hate to use the word show and game. It's their event. It's their. I think that I agree with you, but I gotta say.
All right, I'll text you. I'm sorry about that.
Weeks ago, when she just started coming on people's channels, now she's created her own channel, and it's past what Dawn did. Right? Dawn never had any interest in having a channel and doing all of that. Like Candace does, and she's not doing it correctly. She's doing it very irresponsibly.
I said, Candace, it's cheap to go into that arena. This is what comes. I said, I can't get around it. It just makes me a nervous man. And I said, that's why I'm so grateful Benny could just take care of that. And it's a jungle that gets me all unraveled.
I mean, you see the Ernie Shell situation, right? Like seriously, Tim. I mean, I know you asked me once or twice, was there anything I could do about Ernie? And I know that she's asked me many times in the recent past, we got to do something about Ernie. Like, now I got that fool. Like, I went over and told him today, like, hey, bro, like, I got him to the point where he's ready to fucking kill himself. He's wandering around in traffic. He's getting locked up in jail. Like, and when she sees this stuff happening to him that's terrible, she's enjoying it. And I get it, but he's done really bad things to me and said really nasty things about my son and my family and my ex-wife, my mother. But that doesn't mean that I'm enjoying watching the very dark things that are happening to him. Like, some of the stuff is funny, but a lot of it is like super dangerous, and she's getting a kick out of it. And it's like, hold the phone. Like, she would be okay with me continuing on. And I finally reached a point where I knew that I broke Ernie's shell. Where again, man, I went over there this morning and was like, dude, I apologize, bro. Like, even if it's all an act that he's doing, man, a certain portion of what I've seen in that man's eyes, he's not lying to these people when he says Benny Keys did this to me. And I didn't make him do no drugs. And I didn't make him wander around in traffic 2 days in a row and get locked up or none of that. But I did put pressure on his life that would create diamonds. You know that. I went so hard on this man's head, and now it got to a real point where the man is, this man jumped into a cab, Tim, so screwed up on drugs. There was another man in the cab with him. He's on live. Ernie is. The black guy sitting next to him reaches in to get his money to pay the cabbie. And Ernie flips out thinking the black dude's pulling a gun on him. I mean, I had broken that man's mind. And she is enjoying every moment of it. And I finally reached a point where I knew that I broke Ernie's shell.
All right, I'm playing it from my laptop now. You might hear it
this
clear.
morning and was like, dude, I apologize, bro. Like, even if it's all an act that he's doing, man, a certain portion of what I've seen in that man's eyes, he's not lying to these people when he says, Benny Keys did this to me. And I didn't make him do no drugs. And I didn't make him wander around in traffic 2 days in a row and get locked up or none of that. But I did put pressure on his life that would create diamonds. You know that. I went so hard on this man's head, and now it got to a real point where the man is, this man jumped into a cab, Tim, so screwed up on drugs. There was another man in the cab with him. He's on live. Ernie is. The black guy sitting next to him reaches in to get his money to pay the cabbie, and Ernie flips out thinking the black dude's pulling a gun on him. I mean, I've broken that man's mind. And she is enjoying every moment of it. Like, she originally told me that I asked her, I said, has Ernie ever been over to the house? She said, no. Then the next day, she calls me telling me that her mom saw Ernie down at the bottom of the driveway, and that now there's this bag of dicks, the dildos. And so initially she told me that the dildos were put into a trash can up by the house, meaning that someone would have had to sneak up there and put the dildos in the trash can. Then the next day she tells me, well, no, they were actually down at the bottom of the driveway, but she picked them up and put them in the trash can.
He don't trust her himself.
And so she's like, yeah, it was Ernie's shell. And I'm like, well, hold on, man, like, I asked you last night, has he ever been over there? And you were like, no. Now today, you're saying that you, and she even went so far as to tell me she called the police. And when they got there, they were like, where's he at? And she was like, well, he already left. Man, that man ain't been over there by her house. But she keeps saying he is, and then he brought these dildos over.
See, this is part of now just, if I'm separated from everything, this is part of the play out. If, let's just pretend there's something wrong with, this is just a scenario, may not be it at all, but just a scenario. Let's say there's something wrong with Candace's mind. And this is what she does. These kind of stories, these kind of dramatic things, these kind of calls that are saying that she's being strangled. These kind of calls that
I think she was being strangled. They just didn't get there until 3 or 4 hours later.
And and all that stuff's possible. This, to me, this is what they're watching. I mean, this would be like Chris McDonough's skill set, okay? This is what you watch. What they do when the scenario changes. In her case, suddenly, Dawn wasn't there to basically control the situation.
Yeah.
And so they have to manifest what they're like because nobody's got to see what they're like because nobody saw what they were like before Summer disappeared really very well.
We finally get to hear Tim speak, guys.
So it's all like that's why I said 360. It's back to the spot to where we're almost onlookers to watch what these two women do. Doesn't mean they're wrong, bad, good, but let their emotions, let whatever they need to do. Scramble, however they scramble. Go where they need to
Justice
go.
for kids, same people
Because
around
now,
road
to me,
witnessing.
this is when they're being watched so close by the PBI. And I don't even want my shadow to get into this part because this is the case that's in action almost. If she calls, I just try to be friendly, nurture, or laugh if she laughs or whatever, just kind of like we always do with Dawn. But I want the TBI to be able to see it in its raw form. And you can't.
Let me tell you something, Tim.
Since you're in right now while this is unfolding, because this could be the answer. And now you're on the front lines of YouTube, so you're in the digital world that's active. It's real active on this. But in many ways, you're still a distance distance because you're in the digital world. You're not in the real world of the case. If you show up on your property, that might be risk. You show up now and actually be there, that might be risk. Just because they're studying the case now and the play out of it. But your digital world's the digital world. And you're pounding and mopping and, just trying to, you're having to deal with this insanity that's never quit. I'm sorry, how you doing, to be honest. I just, it's killing my guilt for it. It's killing him. I mean, it's stressing every relationship I have. It's murder is murder by marriage. I mean, that and other things, but just was like, man, and then it's, I don't know. It's a lot. It is. We ventured in as friends, and we ventured in not with a purpose. I'll speak for myself. Not with a purpose to solve the case.
Can 5 people stop what you're doing and press like real quick? Thank you so much for being here.
Figure out the case, find any clues. I had to stay separate. I'm just God dealing with that. Then they become friends because they're friends. It doesn't mean. I mean, who knows? I think I'll talk to Don again. But maybe not. I don't know. I don't know where all that leads. But I gave him all my genuineness.
It's a bit muffled, Tracy.
I mean, I barely even stuck a toe slightly into the deceptive side. It would be like I could feel a baseball bat hit me in the stomach. Say, don't do that.
Alaska. I'm sorry, I didn't see the name real good, but it is. I think it's Alaska Bushman. It is Benny Key speaking to Tim Mullins, Candace's media manager.
Because it was basically both of us. Our key thing has been just blocking that insane digital entertainment industry from wreaking havoc on people who had no ability to even know how to slightest way how to. They probably could care less about private investigative. They don't even like private investigators. How long have they had phone? I'll flood them with every answer till I'm bored. Regardless of all everything we discussed.
This audio is low right here for some reason, but it'll probably.
They were like in 8.5 months. She's supposed to be in rehab right now to get those kids back. Yeah, it was Ernie Shell. And I'm like, hold on, man. Like,
you can do this long and help them through till the real thing happens, and that's like girl found a court case. That's the real world. Yeah.
I mean, they definitely could have continued to do what they were doing and what she is doing now. They just wanted to do it in front of an audience. That's all.
No, Alaska, honey, they're not confessing, but they are discussing the case, and both of them have a ton of red flags that obviously they have not let the public know that they've had before or that they were concerned with before. So this is Benny Keys putting it on public display, right? But they've been questioning things. Things have not been adding up. Candace has stopped at answering a lot of Benny's questions, and she almost never really answered any of their media managers, Tim Mullins. So, yeah, reason for concern. I mean, there was always reason for concern, but this also shows that they found Don and Candace questionable, like we all did, but they hadn't said anything about it. Once again, we're in the mask to cover it up, so they can basically, and that's what a real good detective does anyway. They go out there and they lie. They tell you their profession is lying because they're going to come back with some answers, right? Once again, I don't agree with any of the stuff that Benny Keys has done to Thanks or Justice for All. That was just way out of line. But he has been wearing a mask this entire time, and he's been putting 2 and 2 together, right? And getting 4 each and every time. So let's continue to listen.
That part is super weird. Like a lot of parents.
You're welcome, Alaska.
Hiding almost. Like they just don't deal with any of the outside world. They deal with their child's case. They deal with police. They work their job. But this is like rock star status. Look at it.
I don't know if anything would have been different. I'd have to go back and find out the exact pattern. That's kind of why I'm making those videos I'm making, because I'm trying to just sort in my own mind the order of how it flowed, and hearing all the crazy stuff. But I do kind of still lock it down on Chris McDonough. I'm not holding it against him. It's just what happened then, and it's happened, and it's unfixable, really.
Yes,
and he was a top-end professional who got on the property, but then he behaved with it like he was the TBI. That was his mistake. And when the second he started accusing them, it lit the fire of all these other crazies that came on the scene. Now, they may have come anyway, and Don may have stirred them up anyway. But at that point, they were very vulnerable. I mean, Sheila, come on. Yeah, come in. Come in the house. Yeah. She had no shame. This was her home. No shame to show him. And so, if he had just kept it at that, everybody would have probably started taking it apart, because he, hadn't done that. Because that's just the curiosity. But that was the initial. When I go back and look, that's who they were. They were totally open to this thing that was about to hit them, that would overshadow and dwarf whatever happened with their daughter. Even if it was something goofy that they may have even shared. We got together and said, we got to tell them. Once that hit, no way. Because now you're dealing with all your emotions of half the world thinking you're insane and your mind or crazy and tearing you down. And you're like, the last thing you're going to do is step up there and go, yeah, this happened. So to me, it just is at that point, because I know that night, that person that night told me they had seen her. And I hadn't communicated a lot with Don, but enough. And I let him know. I mean, his immediate response, I could feel it on the phone. My legs were shaking in the store. You could tell this is a dad who just heard something about maybe some hope. And boom, just like that, I have a detective calling me that I didn't even know he was a private eye. Chris, I didn't know he existed. And I get this call, hi. He goes, hello, and I went, private investigator, they got a PI. I was like, oh, there's a normal guy here. But Don wanted that child. Where is she? That was his response. Now, I just can't grasp that he's that great of an actor. But he might be. That's
95 to 90%, 7% of these children that go missing, they're going missing by the hand of their own parent.
Yeah. What I had to do is dismiss all.
Wow, see, they adding the stuff up, guys. They adding the stuff up.
Data off that. And I had to look and say, these people, and that's really what the video was showing. I was just saying, it's hard to get these kids. It really was weird about that. When you see I had this idea. He would help them. How is this a place? It's not. It was a normal person to go, yeah, okay. Hey, thanks, yeah. Mom will never even look at the website while in their house. I don't know. Looking at it. But usually Robin would say, when they like this posted, she'd say, Candace could go ahead. And they said yes. And so I'm doing all this for probably a month, almost. Or longer than that. Thinking they're always looking at it. Like I would do. came to the media. They were totally, not even the curiosity to look at the website or the brain couldn't program it or whatever. No, I think you're right. And so they had no want to look at it. They really did need help. It's like, to me, it's a choice to not go look at a website that was created to help find your daughter for a month. What do you mean? It's a choice, or it's just a completely damaged human who a website means nothing because they're so white. Just white.
And I want to say this, guys. I already knew that Benny knew what was up in this case, and he was wearing a mask. But I was upset with so I wasn't really upset with him. Besides the way he's coming at YouTubers and stuff like that with the disrespect, that's out of order. But Tim Mullins, the media manager, I was upset with him for trying to be there for Candace and Don. I'm like, don't you realize that they played a part? Now, him, I did not know because I didn't do an intuitive reading on it. And also because he's not like on social media like that. So I didn't know. So I'm glad all of this is coming out. So now I could kind of, Tim Mullins has some of my forgiveness right about now. Let's continue to listen.
Having to take punches constantly. So the brain can only handle so much, especially if it's already been damaged for whatever reason. And that's how I saw them. I just saw them as they are totally,
guys, I guess Tim Mullins is fired.
incapable of even thinking. And Don, the only thing he has is just at night to get on there to talk about his daughter, and he just kept going back online, and he wants to get everybody to be nice, and we jumped ahead. But if I go back and I'm looking at those key moments, from my viewpoint, and I don't care if it was deception, I don't think it was. Because even if they knew what was going on, they were messing their daughter. Even if they knew it happened, they were messing their daughter. I mean, children kill their kids and then, end up missing them. This is all valid. It's okay. It doesn't mess up, doesn't change anything. And that's why, Robin and I had a discussion before I fully entered. And I said, Robin, if we did this, if we found out tomorrow he's a serial killer of 30 people, would we still do what we're going to do? What you're going to do is you have to decide for yourself. I have to decide for myself. We are going in as a team. And both of us have the same thing. No, we truly, truly feel we need to help them right here. And you heard me numerous times say, everybody stay in their place. Don't cross over into the other guy's turf. Just do your part. And so that was it. Well, naturally, I was a distance, man. I was just doing a website. But then when all of a sudden, Don sends a text and says, I'm hearing from these guys, behavior guys, nurses, I don't know, connected to Dr. Phil, and they want me to come to California, and I'd be scared to go there by myself. And I'm going, oh, man. He wanted me to go. And I refused. I'm not going to California, Don. No. And I was like, because I wasn't trusting any of this stuff either. And I remember the day I was down there. In fact, I was down there by the grocery house. I said, Don, do you want me to contact these people and see if they're legit? I said, he said, yes. I said, okay, give me the numbers, and I'll do them. I deal with people like this a lot. So he gave me the numbers, and I called, and boom, it turned out it was legit. So I was still like, man, I don't know. But there's a persistence in the behavior panel, especially because they were the one doing this. And they'd already had, I think, their video. Yeah, they'd already done their video where they didn't see any guilt in either of them. And I'd already seen that. And I thought, well, okay. And then I talked to the Dr. Phil people. And then she was... we did a lot, and I was plain, and I was straight. I said, you're not going to have so-and-so. You're not going to do sneak attacks. You're not going to do this. Suddenly, I was like, wide open. Joe, wide open.
The recording is muffled, guys. It's not on my side. It's just the recording.
We really like Candace to come. We want to empower her. We want her to, there's people who never get to hear, and want her to be able to be a spokesperson. And I think that was
Exactly, justice for kids.
And so then finally, the discussion kept going, and Don kept like, I can get her name out there. I can get her name out there. And I did not want to go. I didn't feel good. My body didn't feel good. I didn't know. I got on a plane, and I was just like, crash. I battled my body so much in December. And so finally, I remember the timer. I just saw these two will be eaten alive if they go to Hollywood by themselves. And I sat down with Mom, Dad. I said, Mom, Dad, I don't think, because I kept thinking about other people that you go for. My son's a Navy, and they had somebody in mind. I kept thinking, those people don't know nothing. They don't know. They're walking, they think YouTube's bad. They're walking into the big leagues. And I told Mom, Dad, I said, I just don't think they can do it unless I go. And I thought they might go, they got Tim, you need to go, you go. And I was like, okay. And I called Don, and I said, if you want to go, would you want me to go? And yes. So I said, okay, I will do that. I said, I'll do that. And we kind of had to block off some other stuff, and immediately JTL was getting a hold of me and was trying to they wanted to go to California. They wanted to follow us with cameras. I'm going, whoa! So immediately I had to go in full force protection, and contacting Dr. Phil and Vision. They finally got their big people stopped at JTL. And I'd already told Stephanie, I said, when we show up, are we going to have some security? I said, I don't know. It might not be anything, but I said, we could get off that plane and there could be some crazy people that are already made a comment. Yeah, California, that'll be standing in the airport and start yelling stuff. And I said, you yell at them in a public place, the anger and the sorrow and the grief inside them, oh my, yeah, you'll have your footage, And I mean, it was almost pathetic. We didn't have that happen, but every moment we were in California, it never let up. And yes, I had to be manager. I didn't, I gave them their distance, but that was the job. That's what we did. And I had to keep it going until the show aired, and they stopped the airing because they wanted the suites on TV. Right. And really, once the show aired, we kind of handled that big burst of media then.
Okay, Candy.
Things began to calm, and then I would say, Don, would you like to try to do an interview somewhere so we keep it active? And yeah, so we.
Thank you for chiming in. I'm still trying to read Tim. I don't have him down yet. I haven't been focusing on him, but thank you for chiming in with that.
Do one, maybe you can do one there. But like the other story going on was not the ability. We weren't controlling their lives, so they kept making their own life decisions. And their own life decisions just brought us to the current scenario. Regardless of all, everything we've discussed or that you shared,
yeah, true, Elizabeth.
I guess I'm even amazed in my own mind. I've been able to completely block the case. I listen, but it's like I still don't have any closer clue now if somebody asked me than I would have then. I mean, just because I know their personalities, just because I know they're lying or not lying, I just have nothing to do with the case.
I have to interrupt real quick, guys, because I've been thinking about this for the longest. Tell me what you guys think. Chime in. So I don't know that Tim Mullins gave him the approval to put this out there. Not to say that he shouldn't have, but this soon, because Tim Mullins might have still been working in the background, you know what I mean, to find Summer, regardless of, what we believed. And if he was, now this kind of kicks him out of the loop. Candace can't trust him anymore, right? So then it would have been bad timing for, I guess it would be the only way for people to take Benny Keys seriously and see, hey, I knew that they had some type of involvement. There were red flags for me as well, but I wasn't ready to let the world know, right? But at the same time, Tim Mullins, if he still wants to do his thing behind the scenes without everyone knowing, this kind of blows his cover, guys, doesn't it? It kind of blows his cover. So I'm sure he'll probably be fired. And I think he was really close in the case, but maybe not, because once again, he had just recently said during this audio that Candace wasn't giving him any information. She wasn't talking. So, I don't know what good it would do if she wasn't talking. However, at the same token, this kind of blows his cover.
I mean, I've been around people enough. Some of these stuff that happened 15 years ago, whatever, that they have covered their whole life for. I haven't a clue. And all I saw was that each of them were grieving, were sad, moved fast, got excited. When we were in California and they thought that little girl was her, if anybody needed convinced, once again, if you could actors. I can't. In my little brain, I cannot see.
So Candy says DK is guilty.
She's alive. That's all I know. Never mind, she's alive, and they wanted to be her. It's just even how all that derived was through Jenna, right? Like how the hell did Jenna know where the hell there's this little girl that's, actually in a situation where she's going to be identified and separated? Like how did even that happen? Like, and that's where the
oh wow,
because sometimes you just don't know why. You need to say coincidence. I say, people go but there's always been a scripted God thing going on. In my experience through life, because you can't write these scripts.
Right, Candy? Thanks for sharing that. And yeah, it was shared before, but thanks for bringing that reminder. Well, not before, but earlier during this chat. But thanks for reminding us that Tim Mullins backed up Don's phone. So we'll see what comes out, guys. We'll see what comes out in a while.
I mean, to have the camera rolling on them, they never showed any of the footage. But to actually have all that documented of that event happening real time with the studio.
Oh, wow.
If they have the slightest question of what these parents would act like, oh, we found your daughter. Oh, man. If you think that she's dead, they're going to go, oh, man, I hope so. Well, I do. And then they're going to get this real worried look on their face like, oh, no, this was pumped. And then crash. And I mean, I was the guy that had to walk up and kneel in front of him and show him the pictures of who it was, and just devastation. And then for Candace then to go ahead and go into an interview that I basically set up. And she does, and then that was it. I said, this woman has given everything that she could possibly do.
Welcome, peace and blessings. Thanks for being here, love.
But I've never seen the slightest hint.
I'm honored to have you here.
Where she's at, believe that they think she's dead at all. I've never seen it. She told me last night she thinks it could be. She never really just narrowed in on it, but I really need to put this audio together and let you listen to it. It's about 52 minutes, I think, but she told me last night she feels like Don's going to turn.
Guys, you see, he said he has audio 52 minutes. 52 minutes. Candy, we're going to see how this works out, Candy, because I hear what you're saying, but looks like he has a lot of evidence in his hand, in his possessions. Guarantee you all those phone calls with Candace, etc., they were being recorded, right? The police probably didn't just pop up. He probably told the police he had some evidence. We're going to see how this plays out, though. I'm so glad to see you. Peace and blessings. I'm honored that you're here, and I'm honored that all you guys are here. And Dixie is right. Guys, you're here. Please go ahead and like. Press that like button, right? That's all I'm asking. Thank you guys for being here. But yeah, we're going to see how this plays out, because he said he has a 52-minute recording with him and Candace. That means that all the other conversations that he has, trust me, they are recorded. They are recorded. You can't hate on that. Only thing you can hate on is him threatening people kids, like things. And him talking about justice for all. And him roasting other YouTubers, right? He went overboard. But anyway, let's continue. I mean, it was well more than overboard, really. But let's continue. Let's just find Summer.
And she feels like it's something to do with people he knows. That's what she told me.
Yeah, see, that could be something totally unrelated to Summer. These people, you're talking about the dance with the devil. You get his ends with it. Yeah. And, well, yeah, you know, the question naturally, you know, you're a friend asking her. I mean, you can do that. You know, whatever. She won't tell me on anything. I mean, if I even ask a question, you don't need to know. You know, how that business you come together. Hey, how's the maze, please? You don't need to know. Yeah. So they've been that way with me for a long time, her and Mama. So that's fine.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
I mean, that's a valid question.
Hold on, guys. My love, Classy, all the way sassy, said cops are on Ben Hill Road. Guys, this is so exciting. I'm sorry, they're getting closer. I did see, I haven't brought it out in any type of reading yet, that it might be something real close. I'm not even gonna. It looks like Summer is really close to that property. And if not, there's still evidence on that property. Okay, guys? But anyway, thank you for bringing it here to us live, Classy, and all the way sassy. She said cops are all Ben Hill Road. If I was in Tennessee, guys, I would be on Ben Hill Road right now. They would be telling me to back up. I'll be the crazy person out there trying to see what's going on. Oh my God. Like, do you need any help? Do you guys need any help? Wow. This is getting very, very, this is heating up, guys. This is heating up. Thanks for being here with me. I love you guys.
But it may have nothing to do with Summer, but it may have.
Yo, they on Ben Hill Road. I wonder if it's information Benny gave or whatever. Guys. I'm just so excited. All right, come on.
It could be the block. Maybe Dr. Phil may hit it. There could be a block that's there. It could be a damaged mind. It could be anything. And there could be something, and it could go way back. Who knows where it goes to? Yeah. But I just keep watching. It's like somehow this thing is going to be fixed. And I haven't a clue.
Oh, awesome. I need to try to download a scanner on my phone for that area. That's a good idea. I probably can on an app.
Yeah, well, Dr. Phil have a teeny bit of data. You know, they scream about. You have mobs of data, but it still has that huge mystery hidden in it. And I know, I mean, you got to wrestle with that yourself, man. That's my data. You know, we're men. We like to put it all together, and it all fits. You know, and we can be.
I just gotta say this, guys. I know you're tired of me interrupting, but I love y'all. If I was in Tennessee by Ben Hill Road, I would take you guys there live right now with a video camera, well, with my smartphone, and stay as far as ways the cops told me to stay away, guys. But we would be all in this. Who in this chat is near Tennessee or in Tennessee? I'm just curious. That's all.
Be tormented, but without having all the data, there's no way ever to be able to do that.
Welcome, Sharon. We appreciate you here. Love you. Welcome to the family.
You, man. It can major torment you. I want you to crash and burn because it's so tempting, especially when they become friends and then this and then all that. And it's like,
thank you, Candy.
I just, even as we talk, yes, it's the most dysfunctional mess that probably any of us have ever been in, ever, of humanity.
I mean, we've been forced, I feel, I can't speak for you, but I feel like we've been forced to normalize barbarianism. Like we've been.
All right, so you're saying they're not on Ben Hill then? Because it looks like we have somebody in the chat listening to the scanner, and it doesn't look like they're streaming the police scanner. They haven't said anything yet. All right. Thank you, hon. Keep live streaming for us. Let us know what's going on. And you're always, guys, anybody here, you're always welcome to jump on panel. Just let me know you want to come on. And if you have access to that scanner, you're welcome to jump on. We can all listen together.
Normalize him punching her the night before. She gets her teeth pulled, elbowing her in the temple, throwing the heater at her, pushing her down. I know, but see, like, that's where you have to work so hard at being neutral, because when you have somebody that you already know is lying.
Oh, Sharon, are you asking about what's going on in this video? This video is so long, but it's Benny. He's talking. He's sharing an audio of him talking to Tim Mullins, who's Candace and Don's what do you call it, social media manager or whatever, and they're going back and forth with the red flags, right? So through the conversation, you can see neither one of them really trust Don or Candace and think they may be involved, etc., etc. You know, so it was just showing you everything that Benny was thinking and feeling prior to exposing it to the public, pretty much. You know what I mean? But yeah. So anyway, I don't know if Tim wanted this out though. So Tim might have lost a job right now, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't getting paid for it. So, you know, it is what it is.
That adds to the dysfunction. So now even the truth may not be true. It's like you just can't pick a side. It's very difficult. It's very difficult not to do it.
Yes, Dixie, you need a helicopter reporter.
That's like you saying to myself, none of your business, Dan. None of your business. I mean, it's sort of like the place. You know, it's like you call the police and you're like, oh, you know, my kitten's in a tree. And they come back and they look and they're like, where's it at? Like, I don't know. Exactly. And so that's
Thank you for letting us know that's not what's going on, love. It looks like want to send you love. Thank you. Sending you love back, Vestigus. Yeah, it looks like some people left and went to to go to the stream, and they'll probably find out when they get there that it's really nothing going on. But thank you for listening to that scanner for us.
That's what the police are going to have to deal with. But hold on. But then you start lying to them while they're there to help you. You got to make that make sense. Right? Like, that's where I go back to my saying. I want it to sound like a hard thing. It's just the way I've constantly told myself, and that is, it's nobody's business but the TBI's. You know, I kind of, that's how I just settled it in my mind at the very beginning. They don't have to tell the truth to anybody. They have to tell the truth to Chris. They're not required to tell anybody.
Look like some people figured out.
On the 360 of that is that.
Look like some people figured out it wasn't anything going on that live recording that people being on the property, because they back over here. Thank you guys who came back.
They're not required to tell anybody the truth online. So at the same time, they shouldn't feel required to get upset about YouTubers when they lie about it. I know, but that's logical, right? Yeah. This is many ways like
Dawn, the Wells case is out of the Hawkins County. Hawkins.
Having two young teenagers. You know, and so there's no way, without trying it. Now it's different when they make you their friend and they're telling you things. Like she did with you. I mean, she would open up and she would tell me. I assume it was true, might not have been true. Who knows what she was already laying out? Who knows? So if that kind of put a big bundle in your bag, I never had to have that bundle. Yeah.
Sending you love right back.
I'm not toting hers nor Dawn's stuff. They knew it was none of my business. I mean, I was always telling that. Because that's the only way we can function. The only trust I can ever gain is for them to realize I'm not here to find out your life. You know, and let them realize that after I see it online, it wasn't phasing me a bit on what I was doing to help you. Just my little piece. And what you said, we had to almost befriend this barbaric insanity, trying to keep it in some form from an onslaught that even the professionals say
they've never seen such an onslaught. And the behavior guys, these are guys who are the military.
We did it, man.
And Greg said,
Sharing his plea, the video on his plea. I think I was playing it, but then this came on, so I started watching it, so I didn't finish listening to his plea. Can you summarize what his plea was for? Yeah, thank you.
I've never seen it. So that's what we've been doing. I know, and we're kind of but the reason we were doing it is so it's still functioning like it might have done in 1975.
Before the internet. Yeah, before the introduction of making this stuff interactive. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's literally is what we've been doing. Shield and block and shield and block and shield. And of course all the onliners say, you're part of the dingus and stuff, you're crazy. You had Chris shielding this way. You had Benny shielding this way. You had Robin on this side, and you basically had Tim on this side. And we were doing everything we could to try to let these people live as normal, quote, as possible.
Yeah.
So this ACE can function like pre-internet, we'll call it that, pre-internet.
Let me ask you a question real quick, Tim. Let's say the police got you down there in the box, and they want to talk to you, and they come in and they're like, Tim, we know it was one of them, Don or Candace. Who was it? We want you to tell us who you think it was.
Total honesty, I'd say I have not a drop of clue. And that's because any behavior I've seen, I could come up with 3 or 4 other scenarios on why they might do it that have nothing to do with the case. I say nothing that I could do. I'm being totally honest.
Yeah. I can appreciate that. I mean,
what I did is I decided that some kook had come up to just see what he could scrape out of the house. And Candace happened to come home at that moment. And he ducked either next to the door or the door was open and he jumped in the house. And I was standing there trying to figure out what am I to do now. And we've all had that experience in life. What do I do now? And Summer came down them steps. And that was his railroad ticket out of there. And he grabbed her before she yelled at whoever they were and took off down to the wood. And I settled that in my mind and I just said, good enough. Just as good as anybody. That's just what I'm putting in my mind. And that's where I'm going to keep it.
I may discuss that tomorrow, Sharon. Thanks for letting me know.
I just want you to know that
I think
the stuff with the phone stuff, like, if this was just.
I think that means Benny's about to come out with a lot of stuff. He's already come out with a lot of stuff to authorities, but he's about to come out with it to the public as well.
A random friend wasn't, person's. Well, I don't know how you feel.
I've listened. I'll evaluate it. I'm not going to jump quick. I'm not going to let my emotions guide me. I mean, there are times where you stir the mirror, and it's better not to.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's if I held the phone and I heard law enforcement say something like then I'd have this maybe responsibility. So I'm glad it worked out to where I didn't have to do that. But my intention was only going to touch that phone the dog got out of jail and hand it right back to him the way he handed it today. It was a last second thing. We were going in the building and he just turned around and it was like here. The only stuff he said, take it home. But he just hands me, wasn't like scared to hand it. Wasn't like, oh, there's something on it. It was here. Put it in the car and filled down inside this box thing. Then when I was back home, got it, backed it up. So I knew his personal thing was safe. There's nobody ever had it. The first thing I handed when I went back to that prison, hopefully in 6 months, I handed back his phone. Here's your phone, sir. And I would have totally done my job. But the one that did say was like, back it up. It's your stuff. Yeah. Yeah. And then if I contemplated it, counseled, don't want to touch it. Get this away from me. That might have been a better decision. But I was protected. I was still being protected of the California pictures. There he is, and video clips he made, things, he was some near
stuff, things he loved, pictures he took, things we laughed about. So my mindset was still doing this for my friends. And I had his jacket, his keys, you know, and that was quite a day. You know, she didn't want to go. So whatever that means, but okay, you know, here's somebody that you fought in wars with, it feels like, and you go in and you watch this thing go down in the most extreme way that you're like, whoa. And then they get you up and say, you know, it's time to go now, so can I stay? So he's finished doing what he's doing, or they just do one more look at you, but they're not allowed to look. And I mean, they took me out of the courtroom, back to my car, which is parked in the back. Yeah. Which is like, we're done, you're out of here. You know, I could see the detective staring at me while I was sitting there. You know, he was just, I caught him. You know, he was just like, who is this guy? Which is, that's what they're supposed to ask. Yeah, and I hope they live life enough to say, and they do good research. It's just dudes like that robbing. I mean, they're just people who want to help. You know, they're in, and they're probably vulnerable, and they're gullible, and whatever, you know, however they want to analyze it. But that's it. So, yeah, the phone thing, I mean, that was one of those, you're on the line, it's just tough. It's like the last thing you do for somebody is to protect your stuff. That he, you know, your stuff, you know, and I want to get it back to him. Yeah. Because, you know, that's just, I mean, I know when I sit down, I immediately start thinking, man, they're going through all my stuff, my privacy. Yeah, it's like a woman's purse. You know, when somebody hands you the purse, you know, you're like, whoa. So it was very, it wasn't evil. It was probably the second time I ever crossed the line. And both times were like, and the other time, it was when I was, I'll tell you, I'd come up to the house, you were there, a bunch of other people were there, and then all of a sudden everybody just kind of left, and I'm just leaning on the truck, laying there, and there's a backpack sitting right next to me. And I'm going, who's that? You know, because it's like, who's down up here? You know, it's that thing. And I just hit the zipper. And I saw your name on a medicine bottle. And that was it. Yeah. Second I did that, Candace walked out of the house and goes, what are you doing? I said, this is it. Well, who's here? You know, I mean, because it was that time. It was when all that people were showing up. Yeah. But boy, that was my little, oh no, censor. And it's like, hand slap. You know, and I just say, thank you, Lord. I mean, I get curious. Every once in a while, I was like, is this a good guy or a bad guy? Just one of these people putting stuff all over the internet. Who is this? You know, and it's packed. Where are they? You know, is there a bomb in here? What is this? I saw your name, so my apologies for that. All right. But that was it. It was just, okay. I think maybe, I guess you can all maybe headed to the store. I don't remember the details. I just remember it was a weird atmosphere. All that stuff. Yeah. And, the other part, I guess you could say, I did venture, and that would be the privacy part. Yeah. But that wasn't a venture. That was a need. In order to protect them from the digital world, that was vital. So that wasn't getting indication. That was just control the block these people like Cam and everybody else. Cam's in bad. I'll flood them with every answer till I'm boring. And then they're like, oh, it worked. I'm putting up videos now that tell exactly, you know, 300 views or whatever, 400. You know, it's like, perfect. It worked. You know, it worked. Yeah. But that's what we were doing. And mostly not bad people. I mean, bad people, yeah, but most of it just inexperienced people who did not know how they could harm other human beings by being online. Right. And it was to protect the family until the American justice system can do their job. Yeah. And whoa. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, it's a lot. And that's my answer for the phone, too. Yeah, I backed it up. It's his stuff. And people coming in and out of that, I had no idea where his phone would end up. And at least I could. Yeah. It's just your
Sharon said the long-winded Benny Keys is silent. Yes, I'm so shocked. I am so shocked. They could wear each other down with this conversation. They needed to do this a part two. Say we'll finish this tomorrow. Oh my God, they're going on and on.
I'm glad you talked to him, you know. I mean, who knows? Maybe curiosity would have got the best of me, and I'd have tried to get in on that file. But no, I don't want to. I don't want to know what's in that file.
No, that's the thing. Now I think, you know, as a disclaimer, quite naturally, you know, there's going to be a lot of metadata that will suggest that file on your computer hasn't been tampered with. So, you know, it's you know, it's one of those things. It's like, you know, it's like somebody accidentally sending you cocaine in the mail, and then you being So this I can send you cocaine. If you open the box, and I tell them, man, I think Tim is getting cocaine in the mail. Mm-hmm. They come over there and they find that you open up that box, you're automatically in trouble. Mm-hmm. Automatically, because what you're supposed to do is if you get something that you're not sure of, you're supposed to send it back. So there, you know, you start to venture into the world of intent, and intent starts to make up the difference for other things that may lack in terms of the prongs in which they bring cases forward. So, you know, you would probably be okay, but it's still like one of the things where, like, you know, promise me, Tim, you will not try to tamper with that file. Like, you know, I would believe that would look worse. Like, it would look worse. Yeah, a gigantic Wells folder that is loaded with all our photographs. It would suggest that you knew that there was something in there that you were trying to get rid of out of your possession. In fact, I thought it was a harmless phone, actually. I mean, I just didn't think it to. My thought process was they've already searched on his report, so this is his personal phone. And the last thing your buddy does, he hands it to you, and you go back to your car, the link on you, go in the back door, and you drop it, put it in the phone, and then it's all done in this box full of stuff. And then you walk in there, and you go through that whole thing that occurred. And then you come back out to your car, and you're sitting there trying to grasp that you're not even going to get to see the man probably for 6 months, you know, and you're just like, whoa, you know. So it's like, you know, he just handed you the tender stuff of his heart, you know, that phone without any picture with his, don't do it. But no, it was just trust. It was trust. And it's like, you trust, I'll back it up. It'll be there for you, or I'll keep your phone until you get out. I mean, that was, we had to talk. I would have said, you want.
Guys, and some of you guys are asking who's Tim Mullins. Well, here's Tim Mullins' channel right here. You guys see, I only watched one video, and I try to fast forward through. But this is Don and Candace multimedia manager, guys. All right, Tim Mullins. He seemed to be a nice guy, but you know, from the video I watched, but I'm like, is he really duped into believing they have nothing to do with this? But I guess it turns out that he is well aware. So.
Want me to keep this? When you get out, give it to you? Yeah. And then I went down that more for you. Yeah, no, I understand. You know, I just, I wish it hadn't ended up that way, but it is kind of bizarre that it's like, here's the phone and let's do forensics. It's like, whoa, you know, that's when I suddenly realized, whoa, wait a minute, whoa. And see, that's the thing. We as much. I mean, yeah, me went, oh, but at the same time, it was like, no, what are they, why? Why are they doing this? You know, what's, that's what worries me, because I'll tell you what, I mean, by the way,
good question.
The way that Chris texted me last night, very upset about the phone and the cameras, and you know, like the birth certificate stuff was, I never asked her to look at any birth certificate. I just wanted to know, like, so let's look at your report.
or what she told Trudy was that I asked for the birth certificates, which I did not. But the main two things that he was worried about was the phone and the cameras. So the reason why I am stressing the stuff about I'm stressing the stuff about the backup, because if he's saying he wants to do forensics on the phone, all he's got to say is that Tim's got a copy of it. Because I've already well, I extra on that. How long have they had the phone? She said 2 weeks after, so I guess he's only been in jail 3 weeks. I guess a week after. I don't know. So they've had the phone for 2 weeks. They haven't ran no forensics. It's just sitting there. I can figure out when. I mean, I know because I've taken pictures in my life. Back in the day, I think they were out wherever it was at that 7-Eleven or Dollar Tree or Dollar General or something.
Thank you, Christina.
They're in it too. If they catch gone, then their stuff is in it too. So.
Hold on. Thank you, Regina. Yes, guys, do support the channel. And if you can't Cashapp or super chat, that's fine. Hit the like button, and that would mean the world to me. I appreciate you.
Don't you think that Ronnie Lawson has my phone number. He knows my name. We've talked. He's called me. I've called him. Don't you think he would want to talk to me? Even at the very least, to see if he can quantify if I'm covering up for them. But a little bit, another way, I don't think we matter.
No.
But we gotta matter. I think when they look at us, they see who we are, who we really are, and they're psychologists and sociologists and all those guys, they analyze such things. That we're just what we is. Yeah, but we still are a problem to him, because he mentioned just the other day when he was up at the church that social media is still not being helpful. Yeah, the social media part. Because I've had people, the other day there was
Thank you, Sharon.
I mean, Tim, they're making videos all over the YouTube putting me and Candace in love. I know you know that. So
yeah, I did that too.
Yeah, don't you think that they would want to say, okay, people raised in that other category? Yeah. But I mean, these are guys that are focused on a case, and these people. Now, if we were really, look at the characters in this thing. There's plenty of characters there. Can you compare it to us? No, we're not. We're not those folks. We're just not. And I'm sure we've been checked. I wanted them to check me. Check me, track me. Sometimes at night it looks like they might have been following me. Whatever. That's okay, because I know where I am. I know all that. I'm not there for any other reason. I'm not bad. I'm not a dealer. I'm not a bad. I'm not a, And then eventually they would look and they would say, okay, this dude just had whatever, probably stupid, but that's it. Your case, because you had to play such a actor's role, I could see where you might go, this dude, but at the same time you contacted him, so you're already safe because you told him, you said, hey, and he hates to use his stuff, so he probably looked and goes, that guy has a bunch of crazy stuff, and they probably don't understand you, I mean, to me, you and me have an understanding.
My God, guys, they're trying to have us up all night. I'm ready to cut the live soon. All right, let's see how long this is going to go on.
It would just be almost impossible to explain to people, but the way the event happened in Dallas, it's forever so many kids those days. You can't put that in words, Danny.
No.
Right. And
they wanted.
No, Danielle. It's not a recording on his live. Well, he shares the recording on his live. Basically, he recorded his conversation with Tim Mullen. I'm not positive that it was Tim Mullen knows that he was recording, but he recorded, and it seems like he recorded a lot of conversations with him and Candace as well. So he has receipts. You know what I mean? He has things that people are it's gonna draw out people's mouths to the ground. But yeah, so I doubt Tim Mullen even approved this being aired or anything like that, but it is what it is, and he's just sharing it. Like, there's a lot of people that are criticizing him now, and it feels like he's getting in his feelings about that. Plus, Candace seems to not be answering a lot of his questions now behind the scenes, and also, Candace looks like she's moved on to Ernie, etc., etc. So, and not to mention that they said the police has come to Benny's house and took his laptop and phone, but I feel like, Benny told him he has some stuff that they gonna, or who knows? I don't know. But regardless, a lot of stuff's going down right now. It is going down.
So bad that I was paying you, and it's not. The four walls that have been around the Wells family up till February 7th. All four of us are essentially that same thing right there. Yeah. There's people that step in to help.
True, Sharon.
That's it. Like all volunteers, and it from the crisis actors to the Sandman and the plane and the money, and like it's it's a sad testament. It's like it sort of invigorates me, but at the same time, it makes me want to turn and run away because I want to be able to write a playbook or something for how
Sharon.
It's a standard issue when you have kids. They send you home with a birth certificate and
it's gonna get worse, Sharon.
And what to do in the event your child is abducted. Like, don't go on social media. You open it up, that's all it says. It's easy. You know what I mean? But
whether he uses us that way or not, I haven't a clue. But it is making changes. I mean, you were quoting Chris McDonough the other day saying, we need to have respect for each other. Yeah. A man like that, he learned from his learning curve.
He learned from me.
Yeah, he can help.
He learned by watching me what he needed to do as a 40-year tenure.
All right, guys, this is going to be a real quick intermission. TGI says, I'm new to your channel. I plan to check out some of your videos after this is over. I believe in psychic ability. Yes, I will. All right, so like in 2 seconds, I'm going to, and it's in the description box, but I'll link to my proof of accuracy playlist, okay? You definitely want to check that out. Please like and thank you for being here, and welcome to the family.
You're an officer, and now, whatever kind of play cop he's playing online, like, he's been watching me stay in the lane all the way. And he's like, man, like, I mean, there's no other person trying to do quite what I'm trying to do or what we're trying to do. So, that already tells me. He's like, like you basically go back to what he says, man, you gotta treat people like entities. That's what you gotta do. Like, gotta be respectful. And I quote him verbatim. And if at any time during the day you're just.
And I told you guys, he has said that in one of my lives. I said you guys are not listening to Benny. Listen to what he's saying. He's saying exactly what Chris McDonough said. He's paying attention to his every word, which means he listens to the rest of Chris McDonough's messages. His 2, 3, 4 hour long interviews where he's saying that Candace has guilty knowledge, where he's saying that she knows something, where he's saying pretty much that Candace and Don played a part in the disappearance of Summer. He's not just picking up on, they said you got to treat these people like whatever. No, he heard the whole thing. Trust and believe, right? But once again, he had to do it and act in a certain way in order to gain Candace and Don's trust, in order to, get closer to Summer Wells. But once again, the thing that I don't like about him is how he treated other YouTubers in the midst of this, how he roasted other YouTubers in the midst of this. Maybe he could have did it just a little bit, you know, for show, whatever. But like, it was too much, you know, what he did with Justice for All, and it was too much what he did with Thanks. And I hope he comes out and apologizes to them for that. Anyway, well, let's move on. Okay, I'm gonna link my accuracy playlist in the in the chat momentarily.
Honest, it's over. Even if they're the suspect, they'll stop giving you information.
See,
that's nothing like what he did. He had a realization after 8 months of what he should have done that was exactly like what his arch nemesis was doing. Like, I know you remember that man took down a very, very nice channel I had going because I stood against what he was doing. And so it was a tit for tat. Like, he preferred Donald did? Yeah, he went into Twitter and Discord and all these private groups and told everyone to go report it. He did a mass flag event. And I didn't know how to do the appeal and what to ask for at that time. And so I hurried up and wrote an appeal thinking that I was talking to real human beings. And I lost my channel in like 5 minutes all the way, like terminated. And he did that. Like, he removed all the great stuff that I had done in 3 cases. Because, he did that. And now all of a sudden, after he's taken all that from me, got his channel back, he comes in and actually says, well, shit, actually, man, don't do what I did before. Do what he's doing. He didn't say it like that. Hey, there's nobody else treat these people with the respect I am. If they weren't, they'd be next to me doing it. But they're not. So, you know, essentially that's what he's telling everyone to do now. Treat victims like that. Okay, do you feel like he's damn mature in the digital world? No, because shit, the man's 65 years old. Like, what you do is you bring your real character and you just put it on display here. Right now, everybody knows what I'm doing to Ernie Shell and what I've done to some of the others that have done really bad things to the Wells. Like that goes without explanation. You know, what's understood doesn't need to be explained. But I'm different in that way. I won't put myself on that pedestal. Like, when I tear somebody up, I tear somebody up because I was directed or initiated to do it. Usually it's from Don, Candace. You've even asked me before, is there something we can do about this? I'll go on there and do it. And so, no, I'm never using you, brother. No, I know. But I took that as initiative. Did you ever feel that way? Or no, never. You know, like, you guys go, can you help? No, I never took it that way from you. But from the rest of them, yes. Because there was times when Grant and Candace, they were going to go up there to Wisconsin and they were going to get a ground density tester to go across that property. She called me in a hurry. She was like, man, you got to hurry up and do a video and get Oligo Lightning and them not to go to Wisconsin. And I was like, okay. And I sat there and thought about it for a minute. I was like, hell no, I'm not doing that. Why does this old lady want me to stop this woman from going to Wisconsin and try to help find her daughter? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was different than what was going to happen when they came to Tennessee. But they didn't talk about that very long. But Todd and Candace, oh man, they would tell me who was raising the roost over there. And I would jump on top of their head.
We have to get the answer.
You know, so I handle the well shit with integrity. But I also, it's a hard mix. Right, and that is fun. But I think you need to write that line down right there. I handle the well with integrity. Because it says it all. Yeah. Matter of fact, I'm going to write that down before I forget it. Just a second. For myself. Like, you know what, Tim? Like, the wells, this is for Florida. If anybody ever asks me if they kidnap me and I'm on Mars or other planets, what's those guy we were watching? With integrity
right. Sharon asked, was Benny told to do it? I heard Benny say he was told to do something, but I was multitasking in the background here, and I missed what he said he was told to do. So if anybody knows, they can drop it in the chat for clarification.
There's no other four-letter word that describes all of this. I would use manure.
Look, I can't even get you to say shit. Like, I've tried to get you to say cuss words, you just won't do it, man.
That's like me, guys. Oh my God, I'm terrible with it. But I did try, because I do have a video called To My Candace Apologist, and even in the not the description, but in the title, it says YouTube might as well go ahead and demonetize me now for this video. Not demonetize my channel, but you know, that specific video, because guys, I just went in. And it didn't sound natural, because I do not use profanity, really, you know, unless I'm really, really ticked. But yeah, Candace was really pissing me off. So I'm not Candace, but her apologist. All right, let me go ahead and press play.
Hey, that's the stuff that I want to be. They're like, Tim Mullins is this and this and this. I'm like, man, hold on. Like, in my mind, in the beginning, I would curse and do 5 Hail Marys after I did it, talking to him. Like, I can't even get this man to say a cuss word. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. I don't know, man. I know the players are each who they are, you know, and it literally took the 4. And I couldn't have done it if I hadn't made that happy Robin.
Oh my God, I did get me cracking up.
And happy and that. And so that's like, okay. And then when there was Chris, it's like, whoa.
Andrea, you are hilarious.
Church and them. Chris is a PI with them. I think I feel safe. Sir, speak again. You know, to this degree. But yeah.
Andrea is hilarious.
Well, I just wanted to kind of, and I guess, you know, more than
before we get on there, if somebody said, Tim, what was the piece that was needed? You know, not that I needed, but what was the piece that was needed? I said, well, we have 3 walls and 1 big open one, and it was just linear everywhere.
Yeah.
And I said, and then here we are, the bizarre thing.
Guys, I'm interrupted. I know some of you guys have been on for a long time, but just for the people that's coming in and don't know who he's talking to, like, they're probably towards the end of the conversation, because in the beginning, Benny Keys was dominating the entire thing, right? But Benny Keys is talking to Tim Mullen, and they're bringing up a whole bunch of red flags in this case that, you know, came up, and things that they may have to talk to, bring to law enforcement's attention, etc., right? So after watching it and listening to it, like, they're not, and I never thought Benny was dumb, but then he's not as dumb as most people think, you know what I mean, at all. It's very intelligent. Once again, the only issue with him is how he came for YouTubers in his moments. That's disgusting. Other than that, he was already on to this the entire time. And he's exposing her probably for multiple reasons. He's out here exposing her right now, you know.
I just called Benny, and he's going to come over and help us get something. And I went, why did you call Benny? I mean, this is absolutely insane, crazy, wild, filthy. I even mentioned you in the video, but I don't tell who you are, because I thought I was going to say that away. I said, the guy came to catch my attention, was all I said. Came in over Riddler, because he'll have that camera rolling. He's going to video everything he's doing when he comes, you know. And
Tim Mullen was so quiet before. Now he going on and on. He must have had something to drink. Man, I'm ready for this conversation to come to an end, and we can continue this on another day. Let's continue to listen.
Just a short boom, and then when I heard you afterwards, and yeah, it was like, there it is.
And then I was promoted, right?
If he'll do it, because I still didn't know you. The more I talked to you, the more you really were that guy that I went, she's got more wisdom than the whole bunch of them. That's where I was at. Anything, any part of it.
And I stick to that. I appreciate that. You know, but that's the thing. Like, you're not a yes man because you corrected me in behaviors and you try to direct me, you know, like a good friend would. And that's, you know, I don't want to take away. Like, I just heard about some different things, and of course, it was painted to me in a light that, you know, like, it came from Chris. And I'm like, well, hold on, man. Like, at first, it was like, I haven't done any of these three things, which was the phone, the cameras, and birth certificates. Like, I didn't do any of those things, man. And then talking to Candace, she's like, well, Tim. And then when I talked to her, I was like, so what's up with these birth certificates? I was like, how does Chris and Trudy know that I asked for your hours of birth? She said, I have no idea. I said, Candace, I've only asked you for 3 times, and she's only given me her time of birth and given me Summer's time of birth. Right? And she gave willingly. I was like, hey, I met a gal. She's really cool. I was very close-minded to astrology, more like, I guess, fortune tellers. Like, I just could not stand them, or the idea. This young, because it's all it shifts. It's painted. Yeah, it's painted astrology. Like, it runs off the numbers. She puts it into a spot.
And this is the same lady, like, he's talking about, that used the dowsing rods. Guys, I used the dowsing rods the same night that I saw Benny use the dowsing rods. The same moment I saw him use the dowsing rods with that reader he was with, psychic or whoever she was. And I asked the questions that Benny wouldn't ask, like, does Candace know where Summer Wells is? Knows what happened to Summer Wells? Does she know? I got a yes, right? That's in my shorts. I also asked, does Don know? I got a yes, right? That's in my shorts. The one that's not in my shorts is in my longer live that from that day, earlier that day. I had asked, is Benny Keys giving information to law enforcement? I got a yes. Anyway, so I'm glad he believes in that, and he believes in the dowsing rods, etc. Because I got a yes, Benny. So what's up with that? Not to say that that's bad. That's really, really good. I'm just saying.
And it pumps out an interpretation.
Well, the part where, obviously, where Benny is working with law enforcement, that's the part that I'm saying is really good.
And then she's like spot, like scary spot. Right. Well, how much did you pay?
I believe they had a fallout because of Ernie, but yeah, she knows about this. She knows all about this because people are telling her.
That's the thing, like, you to be truthful as you can when relaying anything about all of this, because I mean,
shoot, Andrea, I might go share this link over there on her wall. As a matter of fact, I mentioned her in the title of this live. Yes, Sharon. I think I might cut it off soon because you're so right.
I totally respect what he is doing or trying to do. I also know he has a big heart, and he really, what he did is he stepped in as a friend. Let me ask you this: what he did. The criminalist lady said last night. She said 2 things, Tim. Okay, she showed me on News Nation with Brian Hinton. She showed me where Ronnie Lawson, out his own mouth, said she was seen walking away from Ben Hill Road.
Yes,
I don't know who saw her,
exactly.
but that's what he said. Secondly, I don't know where the dog trail stuff came from.
She was. You saw her nervous? Yeah, I noticed she was nervous
in her soundbite of Dennis Rader, who is with Midwest EquiSearch, say that she went down the driveway, not the dog trail. The driveway. Yeah, exactly. And you're like, okay, all right. Yeah, now I was going pretty much.
Nice.
But Don had shared a lot. Well, it had already been out there.
It's evidence there, Candy.
I'm kind of a documenting kind of guy, so I was trying to document some of this so it was clean, and everybody would kind of go, okay, that's it, move on.
Justin says Benny thinks he's scared of you too. Yes, he does. If you haven't yet, please press the like button. Okay, guys, those who have not yet pressed the like button, please press the like button and throw a thumbs up in the comments, in the chat, so we know that you pressed the like button. Thank you so much.
But that was a good check balance for me. Because I've got law enforcement in my family. I mean, my brother's a detective and a retired captain. He now runs this other thing in law enforcement, south of Memphis now. And so the instinct is there. And also, I'm a movie guy. The instinct is there. The instinct is just you're looking through a camera, the scene. And I had to dismiss that before I stepped in. And then Chris was the check and balance. His what I call roughness kept me locked up. Yeah. And anytime that temptation might sneak in there, don't let it. Just kind of got the police watching you, named Chris. So probably helps us both. But he has ventured extremely deeply in his friend. Someone who would drive over in the middle of the night and do this, help him there, and help him there. Totally non-detective stuff. And that's what was driving him crazy, because he wanted to just do detective stuff. But he had his big heart, and I gotta help, and he would do it. And it's become his life. Well, so then that's where you venture into that strange ground, because you try to be professional. Like that's the thing. Like you, in being a private eye, the thing is to remain objective. But as soon as you start being friends and having a big heart, that actually goes against everything being a private investigator is about, right?
Guys, see? So once again, he knows we gotta take notes. Where are we on the live? 33 hours and 25 minutes in. He's saying, so when he says his friend Candace, he doesn't mean it. He doesn't see her as a friend. He doesn't see Donna as a friend, right? He's telling, like I said, he's been giving clues all the time. He's been giving clues all the time. You got to read between the lines. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. Guys, that's where we ending it. I don't know where I lost that just now. I do not know where I lost that. But I think that means it's time to call it a night. Yep. I was going to go for another 15 minutes because I can't keep up with them. But, whoo, guys, that needs a part 2, a part 3, a part 4, a part 5. Thank you so much for being here, Dixie. Yes, guys, please do like and subscribe. Dixie, I was going to call and text you tonight, but Benny and Tim had officially wore me down, and it's about 11:58 p.m. here, 2 minutes to midnight. So I'm gonna get off. Seems two-faced. Yep. He is, and that's what I pulled in my reading, that he has 2 faces. Yep, he is. Like I said, whatever it takes to get Summer. Guys, thank you so much for showing me that love. Thank you for the likes. I love you guys tremendously. Have a good night.